Welcome to the real world. I can show you the world.
And then?
And you'll be in a world of legendary moments will be captured. So stand up, scream, and make sure the boys feel you.
And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Let's go, Sparta. What a way to start it off. Boy, are we going to get down. I don't know how down and dirty we're going to get because we got a bunch of nice guys here tonight. But
Sure. They just start that way, and then one Jalen that conversation.
It's going to go down. But
yeah,
how we're going to do it is me and Phil are going to start out for a few minutes. So all the combatants, please stay patient in the green room. We will get to you shortly. We will bring you out one by one. But Phil, how are you, my man? How are you?
doing well, man. I am enjoying the summertime here. This is a time when all the tourists leave, and restaurants are more available, and you go down the street, it's not all this traffic jam, and so it's just the time to just kind of enjoy this because you make your true money when the tourists are here, so you get a bit of both.
Well, that's good, man. Well, let's briefly get into a couple of the moves of the day. We'll get to them. They know we can't always,
Start it out, yeah.
Tweet, I love you, brother. You're there. So, I see you. I'll get to everybody.
So you got some news.
Well, we got some news here. First, let's start out with the kick in the gut, but we kind of knew it was never happening anyway. Jair Alexander goes to the Baltimore Ravens for a 1-year, $4 million deal with $2 million in bonus possibly. So a total of $6 million. You called it. You said he wasn't getting a lot. I thought he'd get more, but man.
Yeah, he's coming off lots of injuries, and that's what a lot, and that's what I think people tend to forget. When he's played against us, he's got interceptions and stuff. So but who hasn't really, right? We had some really terrible backups last year in that sense, but no, man, when I saw it, I didn't think he was going to get a huge contract, but I thought maybe somebody was the possibility that somebody would kind of be suckered into the sweepstake and jump on there thinking that, okay, we definitely need this, especially the draft being over and everything. But there's got to be a reason why, again, Green Bay walked away as well.
Yeah, yep, indeed.
But I think it's a great move for both. I think that's a good spot for him.
It's kind of a, it's a good place to go to recover, maybe build your value up a little bit and then move on or resign, whatever.
I mean, it's one-year deal.
All in. You were talking about a team that's going all in. It is the Baltimore Ravens. Yeah. But, okay, that's that news. And the other two little nuggets are Dallas signed 2 players today. Again, nothing to, oh, my God, about. But they did sign Perry and Winfrey, who I actually like. He is a very immature young man. Let's start out by saying that. He pulled out a gun in the middle of a I don't know where he was, at a hotel, I believe, at a woman in 2022, which what got him released from the Cleveland Browns. He was a 4th-round pick. He has since recovered and revitalized his career in the UFL. Dallas has done well digging into the UFL, Phil, for talent. You can't say we're scraping the bottom of the barrel when you pull out guys like Brandon Aubrey and Cavante Turpentine, right?
Yeah, I mean, and it's, again, when you're picking these, a lot of the times it's been the linebacker. Oh, they picked the linebacker. It was a position of need. And so I got to look back on his UFL kind of career and see what happened there. Even kind of going back to college, it's definitely a name unknown to me. So that's where he jumps in there. Nothing to kind of jump off the page, but at least it's a position that we all kind of know that, hey, you need to address this, and you're not getting huge contracts, but who the hell are you going to go out there and get right now anyways?
Yeah. And I just want to dispel that real quick. Jimbo, that is fake news. I wish he would vet some of that news before he hurries up and does the video. I love you, Mark, but that was fake. Multiple reports. Brandon Lurie, Mike Fisher, they've all come out and said he was not injured, bogus report. People need to vet it and stop listening to some of the major outlets who report false information. But we don't.
Well, there's no fact checking too.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Well, I'm not talking about the YouTube ones. I'm talking more about those bigger market stuff. You know, the YouTube thing. You're allowed to do whatever.
We rely on them. You know, let's face it. We don't have the inside track all the time, most of the time. So, you know, it is what it is. It happens. It happens. We'll let them slide on this one. But let's not hold everybody any longer. This first guest, we're gonna open up with a man who I'm going to let him in, and then we'll give him his kudos here. I don't see Jesse in here. Where's Jesse Montanez? Get your ass in here. We're going to go with Momo then. So Momo is in, but before we bring Momo, I'm going to the only thing I really have that I could do from Momo would be
my home team, my loyalty, I'm at Uptown Royalty. We fight for all DC, who are we? I speak facts.
And there he is. Momo is in the house. What's going on, Momo? 19th, Juneteenth.
I didn't see your right hand up, man.
I don't do that. I don't do that stupid song. That's the worst song ever.
I don't have another song for you. So that's what you're getting until we can come up with something. Momo, welcome back for week 2 of NFC East Clash. I think that's what I named it. Okay, that's it.
Okay.
Are you ready to get in? I mean, I have some interesting facts. I did tell you to bring just a couple questions, and
I have a couple questions.
We will allow for the panel to get in. So Momo is here. Let's
welcome. He's in the building.
He's in the building. Let's see.
Yeah, I just think that song, no one's I know of who's a Washington fan will ever say that's a good song. It's horrible.
It is horrible.
Yeah, our fan base has had its fair share of ones that are cringy.
Yeah, get your left hand up. Who does that?
There's some catchiness to it. I mean,
well, our next guest, we're going to bring in another very nice individual. He comes in with a lot more class, but he will get in your ass every now and again. Pause. None other than Rob A.
Throwing everybody off with the photo, man. He was like, what's the hat? What's going on there?
Hit him low, hit him high. I don't think you guys can hear this. Here we go, Rob. This is your song, brother.
Yes, sir.
Here we go, Rob representing the birds.
Absolutely. Beautiful day here in Denver, and it's good to be an Eagles fan.
There it is. Rob, we hope you're ready for tonight. Episode 2 of the NFC East Clash. I don't know where it's going to go, but we're going to bring up some stats maybe. We're going to bring up some things that may not sit well with some people, but we got to talk. I did tell Momo to grab a couple items to bring up in the chat, but before, let's enter in the next combatant. Yes, the next combatant is none other than Jesse Montanez. And since Jesse has a wonderful way of butchering Jackson Dart, he likes to call him Jason Dart, we're going to give Jesse the old Jason Bourne entrance.
Jesus Christ. That's Jason Bourne.
There he is. Jesse's in the house. What's going on, Jesse? Are you ready to roll? Obviously not, because you don't know how to figure out the mute button. Oh, there you go. What's up, brother? How are you, man? You good?
I don't think so.
No, I guess not. All right. Well, get ready, because he ain't going to... Are you able to hear me, Jesse? I guess not. It looks like he's sitting on a pogo stick.
That's what Abdul Carter is going to be doing.
Next guy. He's probably double muted.
I'm here. I'm here.
Are you
Oh,
okay,
there it
man?
is.
Are you okay?
I'm a little down on the weather, guys.
Oh man, I
You
thought
should
that
have
was
told me.
behind you. I thought that was.
Oh, I wish that was me. Shit.
What, are you sick? What, you got the flug? The
Yeah,
flu?
yeah. My 2-year-old gave me a bug.
Oh, I'm sorry, brother.
Don't do that.
It's all right.
We're
I'll
still
live. I'm
coming
here.
after you, so you better don't use that as an excuse. We're coming.
No, that's
so-
no excuse. I'm here. I'm here.
No,
I'm
we're
still
coming
here.
after your meats. So. And here we go. Walker Wade, the man, the myth, the legend.
Hail to the chief.
What's going on? Walker Wade is in the green room. We need Eagle Wade to stay home tonight. Oh, look at him. We need
He has
Wade.
Cowboy stuff on, so that's a good sign.
We need Wade. We need Wade.
Can't take the tag off.
To stick up for the
Like,
Cowboys.
hey, he's gonna go Cowboys. He's gonna go Aikman. He ain't gonna be stupid and go Dak, but like he's gonna at least be Cowboy. He's gonna at least be Cowboy.
I'll go Aikman.
That's all you can ask for him. I don't blame you.
All right. Well, listen, man. Wade, welcome, brother. How was your day?
Good. How was yours?
It was all right, man. It was kind of relaxing, but it's just been horrible weather here. Very, very, very hot and humid, and
humid. Jesus.
Very stormy. So, but now I'm gonna get to the chat before we get started. I'm not gonna forget about you guys. Let's go to the. I'm gonna quickly run through. We got CZ, Vinny Hagen, Eagles, Drew, Joe DeMasi, Twiz the Jigga in the house. Clemente. We got Jimbo. We got Hamid. He's been the cave must be crowded right now because he's out. Vinny Hagen, Manahawkin Zone, EJB, West Virginia Country Boy. How are you, brother? Who else we got in the house? I know we got over 50 people, so we got some people. Oscar Perini, Brooklyn Zone, Randy McIntyre. What's going on? We got Randy on. We got Randy on Ready 5, like Top Gun. He's on the pad waiting to be sent up in case Wade.
And Brian's gonna be all like, "You are the weakest link."
Yeah, if Wade starts to fly into the Eagles nest a little bit, we're gonna cut.
Don't get him all riled up. He hasn't even talked yet. You're talking trash already.
CZ's in the house. EJB, I think I said. Loyal Cowboy. Ding, 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 ding. What's up? YouTube, J Capalot. This beat low key hard. What up, brother? How are you? Xavier Champion. How are you, Xavier? Logan Motorsports, Porto Rock. Rock is going to Vegas. Yes, he is going to Vegas.
Barbecue. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, barbecue chicken. French fried taters. Who else we got? Alina is in the house. How are you, Alina? Trying to quickly get through. Joe Tranchina is with us from Italy. God bless you, my man, for being up this late. And who else do we got? I think I got everybody. Where is everybody else, though? Did I get Joe DeMasi? Oh, Dustin Bosley, Boats and Hose. What's up, Dustin? How are you, man? Did he have Philly D? What up, bro? Philly D, Marlton Zone. What's up, Philly D? How are you? I think that's it. I think I got everybody. Yo, Ultra Cowboy has showed up. We're locking him in for next week, and we're gonna bring back Eagle Drew. That's gonna be nasty. That's gonna be nasty.
The thing about it is, Eagle Drew he'll
Murphy.
get that way as he gets closer to the season. So don't worry about that, man. He makes the content.
Yes, exactly. Mark Hutchton is in the house. And I think that is everybody. I'm sorry, I didn't realize we had this many people in here. Oh God, I can't get to everybody. I'm flying. Momo is in the chat. We see him. All right, we are. Oh, there's D. D's in the house. D has showed up. So anyway, boys, are you guys ready? Now, there's no rhyme or reason. Momo, I'm going to start with you. I want you to form a question to anybody that Just share something, and we'll go off of that. You're muted, so after you unmute,
sounds better.
Momo.
Okay.
All right.
I definitely want to ask a question to Rob because he's an Eagles fan, and to all Eagles. Despite the running game, we all know that the team's going to be coming for y'all guys and shutting down the run. Do you think that Jalen Hurts going to have a better season than last year because he really didn't throw the ball much last year. So you think he's going to throw for more touchdowns this year than he did last year?
I think it'll be around the same, to be honest with you. I just think that it's gonna. It's not like it was no secret when we got Saquon, especially after a couple of games of film out there, that people were stacking the box and really focusing on the run. Once we kind of created our identity, probably after about week 4.
What's up, Carl?
And with that being said, I think he's going to have a similar season. Jalen will have a similar season as he did last year because we know our identity. Our identity is run the ball. Defenses know that's our identity, and they still try to stop it, and they can't. It's not like if they don't stack the box, they don't try to stop it. It's just teams just can't. I mean, Washington's a big example by that third game in the playoffs. Saquon. I'm sure the game plan was stop Saquon. First play of the game, as far as when Philly was on offense, he scored a touchdown. It's the same thing with the Rams as well. After going for 250 plus in the first game, I'm sure their game plan was stop Saquon. And so it's not like teams are not trying to stop Saquon. It's just, that offensive line is really good. They're a good scheme blocking team, and it's a matter of wanting to do it and then ultimately doing it. So I don't think a lot of teams are really equipped to stop Saquon. So I think Jalen will have a similar season than last year because we know our identity is to run the ball.
Real quick, before we let everybody on the panel expound on that, starting with whoever, but Phil, most likely. I want in versus Ultra, says Bobby Babinski. Next week, Eagle Drew's too soft. Wow. Shots fired. Shot is fired.
I don't think he needed to release it. I mean, there's a difference, Had it packed away. I would probably have to agree a lot. I mean, there were some teams that were able to stop the run, but I think with just as many weapons as you have, I think the only thing that changes on that offense is your offensive coordinator, and I really have to question how much Kellen Moore really had to do with the scheming of stuff.
Hey, Jeff.
So as much as people would want that there's going to be a step back, I think it's going to go on whether Barkley stays healthy. I think that's always going to be the thing. I mean, every single year he's with the Giants. I mean, he had a great line that's blocking for him last year, so he wasn't getting hit behind the line of scrimmage every single freaking time like he will with the Giants. Nothing against that line, but the line's getting better over there in New York. So, as long as I think he can stay healthy, I think that offense can go. And again, Jalen doesn't have to win the game, but he just doesn't have to lose it. I think with those weapons, everything as well too. The fact that they're questioning getting rid of Dallas Goedert, I mean, that just goes to show you what type of offense and weapons they have. Is because before, when they were in that other situation, they're kind of desperate to keep him because they really needed him part of that offense. Now they're just like, yeah, if you're here, you're here, whatever. So,
Walker Wade, your thoughts on what they said about stopping Jalen Hurts' passing stats? You think they're going to try and do the similar thing, or do you think maybe they're going to switch it up a little bit?
I think things will stay the same. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I do the same exact. If I was the Eagles, I'd do the same exact thing
until you can stop it, right?
Right. That's why I said they remind me of the '90s Cowboys because
you only need like 5 plays and you can just run 2 of them.
There were not many games. Was Emmett ever really stopped in a big game? I don't know that he was, but if he was,
not many times.
Not many times. So
I think in that Super Bowl, I think that was the only time where I kind of saw him where he was kind of struggling.
Troy had Super Bowl. So that's kind of similar, right? Because they kind of stopped. But here's the thing, and Jesse, go ahead, and I'll round out that question. Jesse, do you have anything to add with that? I know you're not feeling well.
I question. It's all right. I can handle it. My question is for you guys. I would actually switch it up just a little bit at the start of the season to see if what the defense has got on you right now. So remember, they saw it the whole year. They might be playing something against you. So I would switch it up just a little bit at the beginning, and then once you see what's going on, they can flip flop the way you want it. So you got 2 gears: switch it to rush or switch it to pass.
I actually like that, Jesse. I like that because I think teams are going to come out, right, and put an extra guy in the box. Now, we saw what could happen. If you saw my morning video this morning on the way to the gym, I said that's kind of how I want Dallas to do. I mean, Dallas, I believe, Phil, and I'll just go into the next little thing, and we
just say. I was gonna just combat back to that. I was gonna say, man, I wouldn't change too much with Philly fans, man. You start messing with the thing. We won the Super Bowl last year. What the f are you doing? And when you coming in here, like if it ain't broken, don't fix it. Like you're gonna get a beer to the head if you just start messing with this shit too much.
True, but they gotta learn. They gotta switch it up once in a while. I mean,
they do.
Pick your poison, right, Swoop? Yeah,
well,
my thing is
only way to switch it up if it doesn't work. I mean, but it's worked. It's clearly worked.
Simple.
Yeah, exactly. But you got to test the water first.
Yeah, my thing is this: I think teams are going to come out and try and stop the run. Now, that's going to allow multiple things. I think they're going to. Saquon is the type of guy you put 8 man in a box, he pops it, he's gone. So there could be some real big explosive plays. They are going to stop him more. But the key is ultimately, I think, is keeping that offense on the sideline and getting them behind the chains. Getting on the scoreboard. I mean, that's really your only chance. But getting back to Momo, I'm kind of at the end of the day, I think Jalen's going to throw 20-some touchdowns. Hopefully keep it. I mean, like 20. So I mean, that's fine. Maybe mid-20s would be a great year for him.
But I don't think he's going to have the year that.
So what do you think? Hey, Suzanne.
I think Jalen Hurts is going to throw a lot more interceptions. He's going to throw the ball. Now in the beginning of the season, he's going to depend on the run. They're not going to, and they're going to switch it up. And then I believe later mid part of the season.
My question is this, Momo: is it more hope? Or
No, I just believe that.
Yeah, it's just like
history tells. History is on my side.
Is it on
your side? How is it on your side?
Has a hiccup. Yeah, we all know this. I believe that Jalen Hurts is going to throw. He's going to throw the ball more this year than he ever done in his whole entire career. I believe this.
So why? Why do you think that he's going to throw it more?
Because the run's going to be stopped. Here's the thing.
And when it was stopped last year,
this happens all the time.
The
NFL,
Jalen had a good game. When
the referees is not going to allow the other team to be more physical and do things that normally be flags. So at the beginning of the season, they're gonna be fine. But we come to that 5th or 6th game, that they're gonna allow the players to do more, and then he gonna have to throw that ball more than he ever did.
What are the players gonna do more? Do more what?
I don't think the offensive line gonna be as sturdy as
Rob's got him on the ropes.
Well, that's one thing that's improving year after year. That offensive line, even losing.
I think gonna be more personally. I think gonna be more holding calls on that team because the NFL holding in the NFL is subject to each referee discretion because we all know it's holding on every down. So they're gonna be a lot more penalties for y'all guys, and Barkley's not gonna have those yards. I don't even think Barkley's gonna make. I think the most he'll get 1,000 yards.
He'll get 1,500. I don't think he'll get 2,000, but minimum, I think he'll get 1,500.
Yeah, I don't think you pay him extension without thinking that you're going to be running him like
crazy. I believe.
Yeah, let me get in here real fast. Bobby Babinski, and he's going back to the well, Momo. He's gonna hammer this down.
But that's all they got.
I know. Washington defense's ass, 55 on your head, Momo.
Don't be surprised. Okay, I'm going to defend my Washington team. Everybody wants to talk about the bad defense, bad offense, this, that, and the third. It's this sophomore slump and all this.
Welcome to our world, Momo. Welcome to our world.
And the world I live in, people don't get signed in training camp. We haven't even got the training camp. Players get signed. Majority of these players start and get signed now. You see what happened is just Jair. He signed with the Ravens.
Yeah, I don't see your quarterback having that sophomore slump that a lot of people talk about. But I do see his future in jeopardy if he don't freaking stop lowering his head and actually slide and all that kind of stuff. But I don't see that sophomore slump like a lot of people tend to talk about with a lot of quarterbacks.
No question, he's not gonna have a sophomore slump.
I think it's just because he has that running ability that he can kind of fall back on.
He's a very elusive. People keep forgetting he's elusive.
And you guys got some running
backs. He doesn't get hit like that, like Robert Griffin did.
I question somebody.
It's like Bigfoot.
Yeah, Rob, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, until he gets hit. He's only like what 170 pounds, and
no,
you
but
let
what
one of
I'm
those,
saying
you
that
let one
he's
of those
very
defensive ends
elusive.
hit him.
A blue
Okay,
card hits
that's
him.
like
You're gonna
that.
see stars.
Let's Robert Griffin III. He has
That's
speed,
my fault, people.
but he wasn't elusive. He wasn't elusive.
YouTube
He's a straight
guidelines.
heel runner. If you get him in the open, he could burn you like crazy. But he was not. He ain't no duking and diving or juking nobody.
I think that was more his
He
coach.
has that way.
I think Shanahan effed him up. I think that was that.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I think that was
You
more
can have no
Shanahan.
elusiveness. If you get Robert Griffin 1-on-1, you could tackle him.
Mark
Because he couldn't
Hudson
get.
in the chat. Mark Hudson has something to say about it. If I can find it, I just lost it. Mark
Momo,
Hudson.
please. I'm just
Hey,
telling
Hallie,
you.
how
I'm
are
giving
you,
you
Hallie?
facts. I don't believe the Eagles gonna have the
Oh, there
team.
you go.
This is like this. This is history. When the team wins the Super Bowl, other teams
I
get
thought-
up for that game. Like
Well,
Dallas
you
gonna play
pray.
well. Any team they play gonna have their A game ready when they play them. Period.
Man,
Y'all know why
they'll
y'all
play
don't.
great.
What's this thing? The
A
Eagles gonna
game
run all
mentally is
over
one
every
thing,
team.
but if their talent
No.
isn't there, they're still not going to beat the
Hey,
Eagles.
Elena, how are you?
I wouldn't be shocked if Dallas
Hallie
beat the
Pierce,
Eagles
how
by
are you?
15, 20 points in this game.
If I
I wouldn't be shocked.
if I was to go about anything about saying that is that there's some teams that were better last year, but they fell into a lot of injuries. Detroit was one of them that you could have, if you had a full team going against each other. But this going into this other year, I question some of Detroit's moves. So I think their depth is there. I think there's always other challenges, but right now I think unfortunately because of the roster and the depth that they have, you have to put them up there in those possibility of getting right back up to the NFC Championship and getting in there. Just I think it depends on the path they're gonna have to take in that in those playoffs, and are you fully healthy? Are you on the road? Are you at home? Do you have that bye week? I think that definitely have to hell of a play in there, and so that's why I believe those teams like the 1 and 2. I used to love when those got the bye weeks, just because it meant a little bit more.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
2 teams going into it was
Phil,
a
I
little
totally
I
agree
used to
with you,
wait.
brother. I totally
I agree with that too.
Ultra Cowboy
Yeah,
with Super
agreed.
Chat. We've seen Debo Momo. Again,
Okay, I see
Oh,
Debo.
boy.
Wait till the regular season. Debo
More
has
like-
been losing weight.
he's tough
I don't know
to.
what y'all saying.
He's
That-
tough
all
to
More
that
like
tackle,
little
y'all
Momo.
talking about doesn't make
they're gonna start
sense to
talking
me.
about little Debo. 'Cause
Debo
it's
might
like
break his
opposite.
water running a route. Here is the deal.
Debo has been losing weight.
No,
He lost
And it
weight.
keeps finding him.
Not compared to last year. I mean, like,
listen,
compared to a week ago.
he's tough to tackle, especially in the between the second and third trimester. My man is real tough to
Yes, I
tackle.
did my homework. Porter
he'll be
Rock.
running like-
I
he'll be
did
running
do
like
my
he's running
homework. I
underwater.
know what I'm talking about.
He does.
I watched. One thing I'm never going to do. I'll never go to a training camp because it's a waste of
Yeah,
money.
let's not watch football.
I watch football. Watch.
I think he will. I think as long as he stays healthy, what they used to do before, it's just question is how long can he go if he doesn't get a little bit more shape. Let's be real. We all can kind of see the thickness. Unless he's wearing quarterback pads, like in the little rib cages and stuff. I don't.
Ultra sent me a video, man, and I wish I would have downloaded it and played it.
Wow, Ultra.
It's
Debo's uniform has stretch marks.
Oh. Wow.
Dude, that's wrong.
Oh, God. Come on, man. Oh shit, Momo. It doesn't matter what you think. 55-23, Drew. See, Momo. Momo, that's all we're gonna get, brother. That's all we're gonna get.
Hey, Drew.
Dallas sucks, and you put 55 up on you.
So Obi-Wan Kenobi, whatever you trying to be a Star Wars is dead. So stop putting Obi-Wan and stuff in there. Star Wars is dead. Nobody watching Star Wars movies.
Disney's trying to
Play
kill
that.
it.
Don't say that.
So you struck out on me on that, but name yourself Obi-Wan.
Probably
stop
like Jar Jar
with that.
Binks. He was the worst thing about it.
Don't even comment on here. If you're gonna talk about name yourself Obi-Wan, that means you don't know
That's
nothing about football.
Obi-John, not Obi-Wan.
I don't care what's his name.
Obi-John Kenobi. He's an Eagle fan.
Obi-Con. Washington gonna be fine.
Washington's coming in third.
First place. Eagles in third.
I got some numbers for you guys.
Washington going to be in the basement this year. What are you talking about?
If you were down here with me,
Don't get. Hey, Wade.
some
Let me
numbers
stop
for
on
you
Tom
guys.
Brady.
This is the
again.
schedule.
I
Go
got
ahead.
some numbers, everybody. I was
Jesse
shocked.
might that. Hell, Jesse and the Giants may come in second. Eagles may come in third. Shit.
Damn.
Damn.
Wow.
Like I said,
bang, bang.
from your lips to God's ears.
Eagle Wade, what happened to you,
Wow,
buddy?
okay, wow.
Yeah,
The,
Eagle
the
Wade's
alcohol kicked in.
Eagle Wade's nowhere to be found tonight.
He Giant Wade, G-Man Wade.
He could turn on a dime though, so we got to have an itchy trigger finger. I got some interesting stats.
The four faces of what they were. Four faces of Wade.
I got some facts here, and I was very surprised when I looked at the stats. And I know what Eagle fans are gonna say. Oh, it don't mean nothing. You're right, it don't, but it does mean something when you talk about a football season, not just one game where you go and win and you do your job and actually win in the playoffs. It's a beautiful thing. But over the last 10 years, I used the last 10 years, right? And figured that's the most successful run. I don't know regular season run. I'd have to do the number. I still think the McNabb years are probably more successful because they didn't really have any down years. They just couldn't get over the hump past the championship game usually. But
the 4 straight conference titles.
yeah, I mean, I would say that the last 10 years, obviously, Eagles won their 2 Super Bowls. They went to 3. I mean, that's huge. So I was surprised about the divisional record. Let me get to the Super Chat. Walker Wade watching old ass Cowboys Super Bowls. You got to come up with something new, though, Bobby. That what do you call it? That not cortisone shot. What's that shot they give you in your spine for your back? I got many.
Oh, epidural.
Yeah, that epidural. I think they put it in your crotchal region. I don't know. So
No, that's Viagra.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. But Bobby Babinski is in the hopper. I just like saying crotchal. So anyway, I had to say
that was my word of the day.
Well, that was Santiago from Anchorman. Yeah, but I was surprised. The last 10 years, and we'll go by team. But Momo, would you have any idea what your record is versus the Eagles over the last 10 years? Now, this is,
I think I'm not sure the
Well,
record, but I would say
Just give me off the top of your head.
I would say they split 50-50 because they have always won the games, even if it was bad.
Eagles have a 12-8 record over the last 10 years.
It's not that bad.
Give that man smelling salts.
Well, it's not as bad as I thought. It's really
No,
not.
we had beaten the Eagles when they was good.
But I mean, 12-8.
We were sorry.
I mean, it's decent.
I mean, I'm just telling you.
What's that,
And Rob knows that. It was that game against the Eagles when Washington upset them with a bad team.
I mean, the NFC East has good rivalry. I mean,
that's why I brought it up, man. Yeah. Because
we match up well against each other, regardless of records.
I love what the Giants are doing. I love what Washington. We can sit there and joke that you scored 55. They still had an incredible year. I mean, again, most people don't go to the Super Bowl every year. I mean, normally you slip up, man. I mean, so kudos to you, but we will see. If you saw my video this morning, we'll see. Eagles have a certain level right now. Eagles have to maintain that level to keep the distance. It's like anything else. If they drop down a couple pegs, then all of a sudden, like the other teams are right there. It's not as far as people think. I was shocked when I thought it was only 12-8. I
wouldn't be sure.
Commander, what do you think your record is, Momo, against the Giants in the last 10 years? Giants versus Commander.
I think the Giants probably will beat us more.
It's very similar. Giants have an 11. Giants have the best record against the Giants than any other team in a division. Giants are 11-8-1 over the last 10 years. So you're
I figured that because
I'm just saying.
lost.
So basically a half a game away from what the Eagles are doing here.
Yeah.
So but what I'm saying is, everybody assumes that Washington's going to roll over the Giants 2 times.
No, 2 games we played them.
History shows you that's not going to happen.
Yeah, the first game we played them, we should have lost. The second game, we should have lost.
And finally, what do you think your record is versus the Dallas Cowboys over the last 10 years?
I will say that Dallas own us.
It's not. It's a decent number. 14-6. Dallas has won 14.
Well, I just seen 6 games out of 20 games. That's not good.
Yeah. So again, kind of surprising because Dallas hasn't. I mean, Dallas has put up a lot of wins. Just looking at some of these numbers, Eagles over the last 10 years, over their winningest time, arguably, right, have amassed 97 wins.
Right.
Just take a guess how many wins the Dallas Cowboys have won over the last 10 years. We know they've been horrible some, but
No, y'all won by, I would say 90.
110.
No. We're
91.
behind.
I would say 91.
Dallas is a 93 wins over the last 10 years.
Yes, I figured. Yes.
We're only 4 behind the Eagles.
No, I'm amazed it's not more because they've had those bigger years
But
and
you
then
know what
just
I mean?
dropped off.
It just goes to show you ain't running away with anything. It's all about being the clutch in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl. Eagles have taken advantage of it.
I totally agree with you. I mean, and that kind of comes to everybody's point. It comes to everybody's point that, Mark with this BS that, Dak needs help and blah, blah, blah. You've had some damn good teams.
Yes.
Over the last 10 years. I mean, you've had some good, and case in point, you've won a lot in the last 10 years. So what's the common denominator there? I mean, he keeps making the
defense.
For, common denominator.
7 of them were Dak.
Nobody could say we haven't. No one could say we haven't had like good enough.
Had a couple,
because,
yes.
Ahead,
that's the thing is that you say, oh, we didn't have good enough. Hey, I'm just saying, like the year the Eagles went to Super Bowl in 2022, the Cowboys like beat shit at them like late in the year.
Yeah, they did.
That was the same Eagles team that should have won that Super Bowl. I mean, the Cowboys damn near hung 40 on them. I'm just saying, like the Cowboys were no pushovers in 2022.
I agree because I believe I personally believe that that the Cowboys have they have one bad year and the fan base goes crazy.
Well, who, us?
Yeah.
Yes, man, and because of that one year, they didn't do anything.
Yeah,
yes,
do
I
any free agent
didn't do
stuff.
anything.
Well, usually when we have a bad years because our quarterback gets hurt. Romo got hurt a couple seasons. We had terrible records. Dak gets hurt 2 seasons where we got shitty records.
But I just said they don't suck, brother. What are you talking about?
Yeah, the only reason Dak got in
the
there
record tells you they
hurt.
don't suck. They just haven't won but 2 playoff games in that stretch.
Exactly.
That's the issue I have when I hear thanks for coming in, but you just make a stupid statement, bro.
I want to say the stat was the Cowboys, where the Cowboys had they did that over the last decade, like the records. I guess the Cowboys are like number 10 out of the top 10 teams. Cowboys with the record are the only team that didn't go to the Super Bowl. Every other team went.
Mm-hmm. Now,
I agree with that. Yeah. Like you saw it. I mean, we were in there.
Well,
it was.
I think what Mark said to me the other day, I don't think that was a true statement when he said to me that the Washington had a dynasty. I never thought Washington had a dynasty back in the day when it was winning the Super Bowl.
They had a couple big years.
Yeah, I don't think they had a dynasty.
Real quick. Bobby Babinski, love the green prime time is wearing. Go Oregon, Bobby. Thank you, Bobby. Anyway,
I never thought we had a dynasty. I thought that we won some games and we was competitive. That's all I wanted.
Look, the Washington Redskins were good in the 80s and went to back-to-back Super Bowls. And the year they lost the Super Bowl, they were like 14-2 that year.
Yeah.
They had a solid ass team those 2 years.
The Hogs. You had the Hogs.
Yeah. They had a solid team, but I would never say they had a dynasty. That's what I'm saying.
You're talking about Washington. That was Washington.
Oh, okay.
That was Washington Wade. That's different.
Okay. All right.
Redskins Wade. It's Redskins Wade here, not Commanders Wade. It's Redskins Wade.
No, we were doing the WW, The WW died.
But I was surprised at that. Just real quick, Momo, guess how many wins the Commanders have over the last 10 years? Total wins.
Against
Eagles have 97. Dallas has
Eagles.
93.
In general.
I would say we have like 73.
72.
Good guess.
72.
I was going to say that's a
Bang.
good guess. I was going to say 78. Not bad.
And you lost. All right, here, I'll go to Jesse. The Giants. How many wins did you have over the last 10 years?
Oh, Jesus. Maybe like 15, 20.
No.
I would say
it's more than that. It's more than that.
Yeah, I know it's more than that. I'll just say with that staff, oh my God.
61, I would say.
65. I'd say 55. Yeah, 55.
What do you say, Jesse?
About 55, 56?
57 wins.
Oh man, I get more than that.
And 11 of them came against Momo's squad.
Thank you, Momo. Appreciate it.
So that just goes to show you the Giants are busting that ass at least once, Momo. You're not sweeping the Giants this year. I'm just
Momo, we got something for you, Momo.
The Giants are sweeping Washington this year.
Ooh,
maybe.
wow.
I thought I was
We're
out on
taking
a
those
limb
W's,
and I
Momo.
was the idiot. Now everybody's starting to come over a little bit. I don't know.
Abdul Carter is going to be kicking
Abdul
field
Carter's
goals
gonna be-
and
Joe Carter,
and throwing balls. Like,
Thibodeau.
I don't know,
because,
man. I want to see him hit the
Giants
NFL
has
as much.
always-
Oh, hold on, Momo. Like as much as I've given Abdul Carter some credit and we see him on there, I look back on his. You ever look back on his college film? All I know is when they stuck him there, they stuck him right back at linebacker because he sucked ass against Virginia, and so there was a plenty of times where they needed to pop him back out there. So I'm interested to see how he takes on because a lot of teams have really good tackles. I think his size is going to be a big thing. That's going to be an advantage. I think as long as he takes care of that, it's going to be some hell in the NFC. He's going to be it's going to be a pain in the ass. He's going to have there's going to be a highlight where he's going to be stacking every single one of our quarterbacks at some point.
But I think it's a learning curve too because he's still learning.
Yeah, go ahead, Jesse.
So as I was saying, word from my team, from words of mouth from over there, they're going to use him. They're going to see which skill he's best prepared for, and probably use him like a Swiss Army knife where they need him best.
Yeah, you'll use him more of a Swiss Army knife than we use Micah. Like we shouldn't be putting Micah at the defensive end position, but we're like, no, you go stay over there, whatever.
A bowling pin, they'll knock him right over.
Jason Dart.
Jesus Christ. That's Jason
So,
Bourne.
so anyways, how do you guys, in the sense of, I know we talked about the schedules and now we're talking about each other's quarterback and everything. And I got to get back and I got to jump into that Giants part and bring their quarterbacks up because they got 3 of them and one of them is a weirdo in the locker room. And and I think he's the odd man out if you're going to really kick somebody out and keep your locker room sane.
That's where I want to go next. I want to go with the New York Giants because we're all expecting big things, but they still got the same Dumbo coach, right? He's a good coordinator with a Buffalo, but he hasn't shown me shit. The main question is, I want to hear from the whole panel, but I'll go to Jesse first. We'll get him out of the way so he's under the weather. The transition from Evan Neal from tackle to guard, they're saying it's going well. Evan Neal has been a monumental bust at the left tackle position. What do you think? What do you think? Do you believe in him at guard?
Well, like I said, he's been really bad, so we need to try for it. Even though we got the other guys, we got Thanos. What's his name? Runyon.
Yeah, but I mean
Schmitz.
Yeah, I think
we got them.
I think it's the last straw. Go ahead, Phil.
Well, I mean that's what it is right there, Brian. You just hit it. I mean, what do you put a quarter at safety? What's that mean?
Right.
Halfway out the door.
It means we're trying to hold you around for another year and see,
Yeah, I mean, there's times where you've seen guys, Leonard Davis. Let's say Leonard Davis.
Have you ever experienced that in your playing career?
Dropped
where your left tackle had to slide inside and he was successful. I mean, it's an easier position to play, so to speak, but it's a totally different position. Explain it, Phil, since you played the game.
No, like I always remember. No way. Even with that whole trade, let's be real, man. Even Guyton going to his transition from right tackle to left tackle, that's a huge thing. I think Mike McCarthy really it's like learning to wipe your ass with a different hand. It's like you're used to kicking out a certain direction with your feet. And so yeah, that can totally change. It's just instincts that you have that no matter what, even if I don't think on this play, at least my instincts will kick in and all my training will take over and I should be able to handle myself. But the moment that you have to switch it up because you're changing up, but when you're doing that whole transition from a tackle into the guard, how many tackles are coming into this NFL draft and the draft's like, no, we consider him a guard. We consider him a guard. We consider him a guard. Because they know center, you got to snap the ball, and that's a little bit more than just blocking somebody. I think Bosh Lombardi really says it a lot, where he says it's like wrestling a bear in a phone booth. I was like, when I heard that, I laughed so hard because that is right there. And guess what? When you're splitting there playing quarterback, it's like watching two bears tackle each other in the phone. Just all this sound. Occasionally, a mama joke goes out of there.
What's up, Tommy T?
But I think I think if you're ever going to feel good about putting one of your high draft picks, you definitely slide him in there. I think that's a great idea, at least.
Plus, that center is the paramount of the line. Because not only does he throw the ball exactly, throws the ball backwards, he's got to see the defense. He calls what the defense is going to be.
Real quick,
So
everybody.
If he doesn't do that, you know what I mean?
I want to see the custom emojis. I want to see if everybody can access them. I mean, I hope I did it right.
I like the ones you have on the side of like the members and all that kind of stuff too. Like you updated some of them.
Yeah.
You know, you should put like yours, your individual one, my individual one.
I was going to. That's my next thing. I'll do that in the morning. I want to get rid of like one of the stars and just keep the Michael Jordan star at the end. I have the black and red. That's the GOAT. So he's like the 2-year guy. But everybody use the custom emojis. I want to see if everybody can access them. I know Tommy T's got them all.
Gotta collect them all.
I could get them.
Well, no, they're there. It's for all channel members. So that's why I wanted to see if you guys can. I don't know.
I didn't know. I didn't know we're gonna look into it like
Neither did I.
Yeah. So yeah.
Nice. I want Mingo versus Ringo.
Yeah.
Let's get it on.
But anyway, I want to expound on that. Let me get the super chat real quick.
Man, Rob, you are like strobing over there, dude. Like, do not, if you have epilepsy, do not look at Rob A right now.
Yo, he looks like he got hit with a nuke.
Yeah, but it's like it's like a car wreck. I can't help but look. If you see me season up, then you know.
Come on, guys. It's just like the Last Dragon. That's the glow. Come on.
Oh, the glow.
I got the ceiling fan is doing some shit.
Yeah, they are. Speaking of the Last Dragon, they're about to do a remake.
Okay, I can give you. Yeah, I can give you a funny football story.
That's the pink one, ladies.
Drew's asking if I can give a funny football story. Okay. So, this was when I was playing. This was when I was playing with a bunch of guys that we would hang out all the time, and you do the pre games right before the game and everything, and we came up with stats. It's like 1 out of every 7 football players will get hurt playing cards, and that's playing cards. All of a sudden, somebody comes flying in, tackling each other. We had all these stats about that. And then there was this big stat. 1 out of every 6 football players will get hurt getting into the car. And that was me. And unfortunately, my fullback at the time, like I was trying to get into the car and he kicked me. He kicked my ass into the car and my whole back like scraped against the whole top of the car. And I had it just exposed like right on my spine. Oh. And so this is right before the game, obviously. And so, man, he got some deep shit on that one. But yeah, we had all these stats about and it was right at the same time we were getting on the Seinfeld kick too. So me and my one of the wide receivers were going down. We would do this whole thing. We're like, why is it called Taco Bell? Is it a bell with it made out of a taco? Just stuff like that. And we were doing it the whole ride. And the guys are like, God, will you just shut up?
Shut the F up, man. You kind of like how Mark was when he was trying to sound. Remember, like on the way home from the game, him and Wade were like talking like Jerry.
Oh yeah, they were doing some kind of we were looking
Mark
at each other.
Shut the F up. Yeah. We were all arguing, man. It was
my
bad.
God, that was hilarious. I was laughing in the back. Everybody's arguing with each other.
Well, I just gotta listen. Everybody thinks it's fake. I have a short temper, everybody. I can only take so much, and I think Phil likes to start little fires and say, "Yeah, man, he's annoying."
I do.
I
do.
About
I'm
it.
an instigator.
And finally, I'm like, "Would you shut the F up there?"
But hold on. How are you a mail carrier and you got short temper,
dude?
Hey,
they go postal, man.
First warning.
Logan, it was funny. Me and Mark were going at it. It really was, and then I was everything I could to keep Mark away from Wade's neck when he was yelling at Dak's uncle in the car. It was just a shit show, but it was
blasphemy.
But anyway,
hey, Wade, I would have given you $100 if you body slammed him.
He posted something about what Cam Newton said about
Cam Newton looking like Willy Wonka.
That's off topic. I don't know why everybody thinks Cam Newton is the voice of football. He's horrible. He's a sore loser. Never. And the Super Bowl, he lost that Super Bowl, and then he heard other players celebrating. He got upset. I never
Man,
respected him after that because
Momo,
I,
Ocho Cinco, same way.
yes, I'm just tired. I'm just tired of ex-football players acting like they done something. No, you haven't.
Cam Newton was pretty good. He did.
Ultra versus Bobby next week. Let's
he
go.
had the first two. Okay, let's talk about the first 2 games he played in the NFL in his first rookie season. He had 400. He was lighting it up. After that, he never seen another 400 yards in his career ever again.
Who was this?
Cam Newton.
Oh.
Cam Newton. Yeah.
Cam Newton was pretty good.
Well, he didn't really. He didn't really have a lot
problem.
of supporting thing. I love Steve Smith. I thought for a little Chihuahua, he was amazing. Like
he was a pit bull.
Yeah.
He was like a little, like he was just like that, but he could throw it down the field. I mean, that dude would catch it. That dude would catch it, and then the fact that they got rid of him, and then he was just like he tore them up.
Yeah.
That reminds me of Doug Flutie when they first put him on the NFL first game. He gets hit. I mean, hit hard. It's like
My
Doug Flutie,
issue
welcome to
with
the NFL.
Cam Newton.
Jesse, I have a question.
Yeah.
So I know you love your Giants quarterback room. Are you I'm just understanding. Do you really think Mr. Wilson's going to do anything?
Well, Russell, yeah, I say he's going to do something. He's got 2 good receivers. You got Malik Neighbors. You got what's his face, Robinson, and you got what's his name, Slayton. I mean, they're actually and they're throwing.
Because he's so inconsistent. But he's so inconsistent throwing the football.
He wasn't inconsistent in what you call it, preseason over here, OTAs.
Happy birthday, kid.
He was hitting rockets. He was hitting rockets.
What team was this?
What OTAs? He was throwing them out there to the women.
Yeah, it was OTAs. So OTAs don't count.
But
OTAs,
like I said, we'll see.
OTAs don't count. OTAs, it's like you playing catch with your son.
It means something, Momo.
It's like throwing catch to your son.
You know what? Eagles Drew sent me something, and I sent him something back, but I didn't hear anything.
Oh, nice! You got wedding gifts for each other.
Well, I mean, he sent me a video of the Eagles, and basically, it's true. I mean, I'm not making light of it. That they were there. It was really uplifting their video. But then I sent him a white cotton mic'd up at Dallas's OTA, and I'm gonna do a video tomorrow.
Hello, happy birthday, Asia.
I'm gonna do a video tomorrow. Is today Asia's birthday?
No, early. Happy early birthday, he said.
Okay.
Is it Kid Cowboy's birthday?
Yeah,
happy
well,
birthday
here you go,
too.
Kid Cowboy. You're not a channel member, so I can't give you a song. So happy birthday.
Yeah, you get sued and shit.
Yeah, I can't give you a song. It's YouTube guidelines.
You'd be like you could do the Marilyn Monroe version. Happy birthday. Do it, man. You might get more viewers.
Here you go. Give him this.
I don't hear it.
Crickets.
Happy birthday, Kid Cowboy.
Was it 50 cents? It's your birthday. What was it?
Happy birthday to you.
Okay, now I can
Happy
hear it.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Is that Timmy? Timmy!
Anyway, all I was saying, Drew, was that coach, now you understand why he got so much out of that Jets defense. Mozzie Smith was actually looking explosive.
Oh yeah, he was looking like he was running. I was like, whoa, who's this guy?
I'm with Momo.
I like that middle linebacker right there.
It's only shorts and t-shirts. But if you can't compete there, you sure as hell ain't going to compete when the pads come on. You have to show, competitive nature. Now, again, I will defer to somebody who's played the game. Phil, what do you think of Brian Schottenheimer bringing in? Everything's a competition. It's a mind game. It's trying to shape the mind of these young individuals because it's a young football team. When they do the contest in the locker room shooting baskets, right? And then you see, I'm sure you saw it, the mic'd up, and you saw some of the OTA practices, how up tempo White Cotton's got them. What do you?
Oh
take
yeah, I
from
love
that?
when they were talking.
What do you
He was
take
talking,
from
hey,
that?
defense tackles over here, you put it over here. Just the motivation, the smiles on their face as they're competing against each other.
I saw Micah go off sides a lot.
Yeah,
But he just wants
I
to
saw
win.
other ones going off that side of the thing. I think that's great that your defensive line coach is emphasizing that, because let's be real, they don't know how to stay on sides,
That's a great
man.
drill, man. That's a great drill. Because he had
let's get it all out now.
Yeah, he had the string, and he had the towel behind him. And he's sitting there saying, hut, hut, hut. But you don't move until you see the string move.
Yeah, I know. That was awesome.
That was a really good drill. That's
quit
ingenious.
listening.
And then you stay low, right, Phil? And then you go around and grab the towel. You know who else looked good was, and I said it this morning, Sam Williams. I'm sure Eagles got their pet cats. I'm sure Momo, you got your pet cats. And Jesse, there's guys that, that you're seeing.
He just got his pet cat.
Sam Williams looks like a friggin' beast again.
Yeah,
I'm rooting for the guy. He's never done nothing. But, his first year, he was good. He had
he looked exactly like Parsons.
Limited duty. But he's Parsons on steroids.
Yeah, he just looked like in the face. That was about it.
Yeah, so, again, we got so many bodies. Who's going to be the odd man out? I'm excited. I'm very, very excited about Sam Williams. But, yeah, I liked White Cotton and what he's doing. Again, Phil, am I wrong? Even in shorts and T-shirts, you have to, you have to bring. I'm not allowing anybody.
Well, just like any of them that jump in there. I'm worried about every single person that starts to get hurt, but you can't worry about it too much in that sense. They need to get their practice in. They need to get their drills in, and by this point, you just get out of the way. Just go full speed. I think is when you're being all tippy-toey and all. I don't know. That's when you get hurt. That's usually what happens. So I think the full speed competition, straight up. I love it, man. It's hard to not feel that in the locker room. Let's be real. We were bitching and moaning about this for the past couple of years. Well, there's no push. There's no, you don't feel like anybody's going to take your job. If you got it, as long as you got the contract, you got your position. You don't have to really worry too much about that.
Have another one.
So
I'll let you in a little bit, Aisha. We're still doing this round table, this quad table that I want to get back to, but
I just want to say something real quick.
It's never real quick, but go ahead.
The Sanders kid for the Cleveland.
Yeah, 101 miles.
I just don't get him. You know everybody's watching you. Now he got cited. He got stopped for going over 101 miles per hour.
In a 60 mile an hour. Yeah.
1 hour zone.
Yeah.
Why?
Fast cars, man. You don't realize you're going. I would say you don't realize how fast you're going in some of those cars, man.
Still, 101 is ridiculous.
Yeah. That's why they want him.
Yes, I agree, Drew. I agree with that. All right, let's get back to it. Do you have anything else, Momo, or was that it?
No,
that was actually pretty quick.
About the Giants, I say this one quick thing.
Okay.
So yes, just signed Scatterboo today, a couple hours ago. Yeah, just signed the rookie Scatterboo.
All right, guys, let's give up this season. Let's go ahead and let's pack it up for next season.
Yep, next up we're done.
Run over Jalen Carter.
Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here.
What's the impact do you have for him, Jesse? You think he's going to do well, or he just going to be one of those? Because I think he's going to be injury prone. Be honest with you, based on what I've seen of him in college.
And everybody right now is injury prone. It's the start of the season.
Not him.
Nobody has their football bodies yet.
Yeah. Well, I want to get on to the Giants. Giants versus Eagles. Eagles have been your nemesis over the last 10 years, Jesse.
Oh, yeah.
It's now or never. Eagles have beaten you 16 out of 20 times. 16-4 against the Giants.
That's a lot.
Eagles have racked up a lot of wins against the Giants.
Yep.
Again, you should have a defense to be able to stop them. That's the thing. Your offensive line's been so porous. Rob, what do you think? Do you think that, are they any better, their offensive line? I don't know, man.
No, I don't think the Giants' offensive line is any better.
No.
You know that they're reaching when they start moving players from one position to another. So I don't think their offensive line is any better, which means I don't think Scatterboo will have that great of a year. Russ, good thing he has a little bit of legs still under him, so he could buy some more time to get out of that pocket.
I think that's a disaster waiting to happen. Then if their offensive line is not going to be That's the thing, Jesse.
Their interior should be okay. I mean,
Which
not
I'd say
great
our
though.
interior would be fine. I mean, it was just the fact that they were hurt last year. They were hurt, and we had a bad
I like their
quarterback.
running back. I like what's his name.
Running back's fine.
Not
No, it's not
Scab.
your running back. It's your
Stacey?
tackles. Your
I think
left
Tyrone
right
Tracy.
tackle.
Tyrone. That's right.
Tyrone, yeah.
I like
And
it.
Russell, and Russell Wilson, you know he got happy feet, so he's gonna freak out.
But Wilson
I will
also
tell you. Well, go ahead.
Wilson is different from Danny Dimes. Wilson has won a Super Bowl. He is.
He
is. He's got a Super Bowl, man.
Come on now. Listen, here's the deal. What's up, Chris Dooley? How are you, brother? Here's the deal.
Get tackled by Ghost. Go ahead.
The deal is, here's the deal. The deal is that Russell Wilson, if they get the Seattle version of Russell, he looks like he's in shape. The Denver Russell Wilson came in fat, and you don't do that around Sean Payton. He looks like he's in shape. Last year he was okay.
He was in shape last year, and what did it do?
I didn't think he was horrible.
They pulled his office out and they tell him play football. You don't got office.
But I expect him to be better. I think he's going to give you the best chance off the rip. But how many games is it going to be before we see Jackson Dart?
I don't think
he's not going to let you down.
They're not going to let him knock out unless
he's the third string at this point. He's the third string.
They're not going to send him to the Wolves that fast. They're going to rather use Winston than him. Yeah, at the end of the season, if we have a really bad season like that, which I don't think we're gonna have,
you could probably book that ticket against Dallas at the end of the season to probably see Jackson Dart right there. Not to say that he'll be in there. I think he could be by game 12.
I haven't opened it up for everybody.
Yeah,
he'll be in there before game
but
12.
they're not throwing him.
I predict he'll be in there by
no
week 8.
Week 8. Yeah, I mean it's like almost halfway. Yeah. It just really depends on where that record. I mean, and that schedule is going to be really, really tough.
And that's what I want, Phil. That's what I want. I want that schedule. I'm not going to be scared of it. Let's do this.
Russell Wilson is 36 years old. There's no way in the world he's going back to Seattle days.
And so was Brady.
Oh, now Russell's Brady now.
I wouldn't compare. I wouldn't
go
that far.
Brady.
He's been horrible the last several years in the National Football League. He's not going to get no better.
The teams he had were horrible.
Who?
Well,
Pittsburgh wasn't horrible.
The Giants is where teams go to get healthy. Let me just read you the Giants versus the NFC East over the last 10 years. Last 10 years, Eagles have owned you 16-4. Last 10 years, what do you think? Eagles, or no, we already talked about that. Dallas versus the Giants. Any guess? Eagles have owned them 16-4. What do you think Dallas record versus the Giants last 10 years?
I'm gonna
18
14 and 6.
18 and 2.
Yeah,
14 and 6.
18. Yeah,
I would say like 12,
18.
maybe. Like it's gonna be what?
18 and 2.
16
I'd
and
say
4.
14 and 6.
16 and 4?
16
Oh,
and
wow.
4.
I wasn't thinking that high.
Dallas matches the Eagles with the same record against the Giants. So I'm only saying that not to say anything. It's just in my mind, Eagles have owned the Giants. Yeah, in my mind, it's like there's not even close. Maybe Dallas games have been closer, but Dallas is still one. I don't know. But
it's those years.
I was shocked, and you could fact
Could it be
check
the playoff
me, guys.
game that we beat them back in 22?
Yeah, I don't know. This was just total wins over the last 10 years.
Game time. I wasn't shocked because remember those games that year Cowboys went 12-5 and they blew out it was blowing out the Giants. Pick sixes out the top of pick sixes. The score was like 48 to something or 50 points. And there was like those two games that year was like blowouts.
Those games was a curse. That was the curse of Eli Manning when they pulled his ass out. That was the curse. And from then on, it was we were shit.
Like the Bambino.
And we already said the record. The Giants, you actually have a winning record against the Commandos, 11-8-1. I was actually surprised by that. You know, the Dallas and Eagles
eat that, Momo.
Have both.
No, I would never be surprised at that.
I would because, I don't know. I mean, I would.
Giants has always beat Washington over the years. They've always been our nemesis. They have always been our nemesis.
Giants
over the years.
always had that defense. Always had that defense back in the day.
Yeah,
we're starting right over again. Our defense going to be beast.
The last stats we're gonna do is the Eagles versus the Cowboys. It actually surprised me. I went last 10, figuring it would be, a certain way, and it really wasn't. Anybody know what the Cowboys record versus the Eagles? It's very close, but
I was gonna say maybe we got 11 towards probably a little bit. I would say.
So you think we got more wins than the Eagles head to head?
I think it's 10. I think
they've had more recent stuff. So
yeah, I say recent.
But I mean,
I think 12.
I would think that we have it, but it wouldn't be by much.
12-9.
Well, it just kind of surprised me when I was looking at these numbers again.
Okay, what is it?
Dallas is 111 out of 20.
That's 12.
Boom, there it is.
I said 12. I was there.
Yeah.
So
and that's just
Eagles
going to change
have
here.
the best record in a division over the last 10 years with 97, followed by 93. Now this is regular season, everybody. This is regular season. Followed by Commandos at 72 and the Giants at 57. But I was surprised. This is, I'm going somewhere with this because I was surprised when I saw the numbers. Is that everybody thinks sweep and all this BS? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the numbers don't tell you that. Sweeps are very few and far between, let alone doing it back to back.
But here's the thing, Game Time. That's why I say statistics. Right, that's why I don't believe statistics really mean anything because for me,
because they're not in your back pocket.
Who wins the division? Every year is a different winner of the division.
As far as I know, Bobo, the Eagles usually lose at the Cowboys for some reason.
No, what I'm saying that every year, what's the last 7 years, there has been a different divisional winner.
It's no longer than that, but
yeah, I think so too. I think it's like this
2004. So
yeah, it's basically the Eagles. It's like you win a division. I think the Eagles.
Well, the Eagles were the last time that did that, right?
But I mean, normally
3-4.
Yeah, normally it's like I said, normally it's like the Eagles and then two other teams and the Eagles. There was a couple times the Eagles didn't do it by 1 year, then won it again the next year. So, but I mean, again, even that, over the last 20 years, I did see that. Over the last 20, Eagles and Dallas have the same amount of divisional wins, and it's, like division wins. They each have, I believe, over the last 20, I think they both had 7, I want to say. I think that's what it was. They each have 7 divisional wins over the last 20. So it's kind of like what this leading up to is they're finishing. When they have their good years, they're taking advantage of it, and they're winning and when it counts in the playoffs. And Dallas is not. That's what's frustrating. That's why, as frustrating as it is, it's all about the playoffs to me, but I'm not going to overlook the ride because life's short. You see people dropping left and right. I'm like, wow. And, just enjoy the season because the playoffs will be here before you know it. And
training camp for Washington.
Oh, yeah. We can talk about that real quick.
July 18th, and the veterans for rookies, and July 25th.
No, I have the numbers right here. Dallas is the first team to report as a full team July 21st. Giants, Eagles, and Commanders all report on the 22nd. So basically 1 month, and what's today, the 18th? And 3 days away from training camp. So we got
because Washington played their first preseason game August the 8th against the New England Patriots.
Yeah. Yep. Logan didn't call me Timu Philly. But anyway, so that's the deal. Cowboys report on July 21st. Giants, Eagles, and Commanders the next day on the 22nd. Obviously, Dallas and Eagles open in Philly on that Thursday. So that's, So I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also looking forward to this show. Now, again, this was a very nice show. Anything else
until we have to? Let's be real. Like it's because it hasn't had to come to that yet. Like we all kind of been sensible. It's kind of been a little bit sensible in the sense of some of the subject. I mean, a little bit realistic.
Philly
But
500?
let's be real,
Hey.
man. If we throw in a subject in there that I can see it, unloading as well.
Well,
Oh God.
well, do you have a
First 4
subject?
weeks. The
Let's
first 4
end on a
weeks.
hot note here, and then we'll open
All right.
it
So
up.
who's the best quarterback in the division?
Oh God.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Jesus.
Oh God. Yeah. Exactly. You want to be. You want to.
All right. Here we
Until
go.
somebody
We
brings
all
the
know who
chaos.
the best quarterback.
Let's ask Momo. Let's ask
Yeah,
Momo.
yeah, we
Yeah,
all
there we
know.
go.
You know who the
Whatever
best
he
quarterback
says, you
is.
know that's not going to
It
be it.
resides
All
in
right. Let's
Philly.
go.
For once, the
Okay,
floor is yours, Momo.
Here's what not to
okay,
say.
okay,
You're gonna
Flores
get-
Pines, I'm going to be honest. If you talking for a number perspective, I have to go with Dak Prescott. He's the best quarterback in the division.
I want to score some points.
I was
Okay.
gonna say Russell Wilson because he won a Super Bowl.
No, don't give that clown. Don't give that
Don't,
clown
man,
that.
don't
Don't
try to
give
slow
that
my
clown
don't
that.
try to slow my head there, Phil. Pause.
If Dak
No,
stays
no, don't give
healthy,
that.
as far as
Now-
the East, he will have
now,
the best
if he-
stats in the division.
He could.
Now,
I
Right.
say
Russell Wilson is never going to be Seattle Russell Wilson because what made him great wasn't him.
Brian
It was the
Schottenheimer. Exactly.
defense.
Thank you, Momo. That's what I've been trying to say. The only reason why he got
I
the Super
think-
Bowl was because of Brian
Yes.
Schottenheimer. Yeah, we
Yes,
know.
I
Jalen
agree.
Hurts was the best quarterback.
Yes, because he
Who?
was assistant offensive coach. He's not going to be. Y'all going to be on. It'll be
I
funny to
ain't
see
taking
Cowboy
Dak.
fans
Ain't no way to
in the
hell until he
future,
wins
and y'all
something.
swallow
Exactly.
this when he
Sorry.
can't when he get out coached when he doesn't do the things he's supposed to do. Y'all say, "Oh, we shouldn't hire him anyway."
No,
Y'all gonna
man,
be all
we're
upset.
in it.
Mo-
we need a couple
uh,
years, man.
And like we know, Rob said a Jalen Hurts. What do you say, Jesse?
I'd say
Look,
I think it's a toss up for the reason being because
Yeah,
he's won
say it.
he's won the Super Bowl.
Say
I
it.
would say Jalen. I hate to say it, but I'd say Jalen.
I can't hear you. A little louder.
Jalen Hurts
All right. And
for now.
prime
for
time
now.
Phil. Who do you think?
Man, again, like when I think of the quarterback position as a quarterback, if you're just playing that position, yes, I would give it to Dak. But the most success, unfortunately, you have to give it to Jalen because
I'm not
Not
giving
until
it to
successful.
Jalen.
I say the best.
until
He
Dak
said
actually wins the
successful.
championship, it don't mean shit.
I'm not
you know?
giving it
Well,
to
not successful.
Agreed.
The best
Agreed.
quarterback who can throw that rock
As a
better than
quarterback- oh,
anybody
yeah.
else on that
Yeah.
on the team. I don't want to hear about who won what. Just be
What do you
honest.
mean you don't want to hear about who
He's
won
got a
what?
chip.
I
Jackson
don't
got
Dart.
care
it.
about that.
So you care more about stats than wins?
No, I don't know. Here's the thing.
You like
Jalen
numbers.
Hurts Jalen Hurts gonna
55.
fall back on his ass this year, and I'm gonna be there for it.
He hasn't
I'm here
done
for
that.
it.
Oh.
Well, don't worry. Don't worry.
Listen.
Your quarterback.
Hey, you
Oh,
wanted some
Abdul
drama.
Carter-
Here we go.
Yeah,
It
Abdul
is.
Carter's gonna be Momo. Abdul Carter is gonna be a farmer because he's gonna be planting your quarterback everywhere.
Jesse,
See, even the
Jesse,
even the
you need,
even the chat is
whatever
arguing.
you drinking or smoking
you-
or the
you really-
medicine you take too much of
you
is
just opened up a
ibuprofen
shitstorm.
or something.
This
because
is
you
me
need
in the
to slow
back
down.
seat in
Yeah,
Dallas.
This is him in the back seat. I'll go with Jason Dart.
Jesus Christ.
I instigate shit. Sorry, Wayne. We're like we
Oh God,
excluded you, man.
Jesus.
Dak or Jalen. It's one or the other.
It's got to be the yeah.
Come on, pick one.
Jason Dart, man.
I'm gonna have to say Jalen Hurts.
Okay,
Damn,
fine.
Get out of here.
He might dart alone.
And there he comes.
All
Eagle
right.
Wing
Get in
is
here,
in the
Randy.
building.
He's gone.
The four faces of Wade.
I can't defend my meat off the bone quarterback.
I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. I just like giving
No,
you
I mean,
shit.
as a passer, I think Dak Prescott can make all the throws.
To win
But
Thank you.
I don't believe
Clutch.
when there's clutch time
Clutch,
and
yes.
the clutch time, he's that guy.
He is deer in headlights.
I mean,
Over
there's
and
some
over and
quarterbacks
over
that just
again.
aren't good in the clutch. I mean, hell,
Right.
Warren Moon was a damn good quarterback,
All
but
right.
man, in the clutch, he just was not good.
Horrible.
Hey,
Yeah,
Hey,
exactly.
Momo.
You're absolutely right that way.
Hey,
He was
Momo, I got one
horrible
for you.
from touch
Momo, I
time.
got one for you.
And during the regular
right now,
season,
on
Warren
paper-
Moon
Hold
was
up.
a beast.
Yeah.
Right now on paper.
Yeah, exactly.
Right now on paper. Rank the defenses.
Right? Now, you know y'all gonna come in
Washington,
last
you know
place.
Washington's fourth.
I'm not Washington's
I
fourth.
think
You know
it's
that.
Eagles. I think it's
Oh.
Eagles first, Cowboys second, Giants third, Washington fourth.
That's what I would do. I would agree on
Yeah,
that
so
one.
why are you
100%.
saying that, Jesse?
Because Dan Quinn keeps getting rid of people, man. He
Yep.
keeps getting rid of like the
Out,
best
out,
guys.
out.
No, he does. He's not resigning those.
Grab his dick and twist
We don't
it.
resign him,
This is
Yeah,
an
that's the
MMA
same
fight,
thing.
dude.
It's the same thing. I mean,
It's the same thing.
Twist his dick.
You know,
Call him
Phil,
names.
Phil, game time. My question to you,
Oh my God.
as far as your defensive end coming back from Washington, isn't that? I mean, is there any concerns for the fact that Quinn didn't re-sign him?
No, he was just disrespected. He wanted more money. He was beating everybody else paid. I was disappointed that we didn't re-sign him before he went to Washington, right? Man. That's where, and when he did a great job last year with a secondary role, he was behind Armstrong, and he still got what 10 sacks.
Yeah,
10
10 sacks.
Like that's crazy. Like, and so that's where he felt disrespected, and he even said it in his tweets. I was watching it as it was coming up, where he goes, just total disrespect, and I was just like, oh, I wonder if that was a contract.
So he gonna go back to the Cowboys.
So he went right back to the Cowboys.
So he went back. You think?
I still think he's underpaid.
I do too. I really do.
Underpaid for what he did last year.
I'm curious if he'll be the starter.
I don't think he's going. I think he's going to feel the same way in Dallas at the end of the season.
Yeah, I would agree. I would probably agree as well that too, because
feel the same way.
They got future pieces there already. So to re-sign him isn't probably going to be the big.
I thought his best option is not to go with Dallas, to go to another team outside the division.
Well, if Izaraku steps up, then he's going to
Dave's a number by that point because you do got depth.
Because who's the focus going to be on? Micah. So he might get more sacks than he had last year because
Gerald?
I think easy.
That's not going to come. That's not going to become the focus on Micah. That defensive interior has to play good in order for him to get.
Oh yeah, no question.
I mean, Mozzie needs to play like Jalen Carter in order for him to feast, because you need that interior to take up two.
That was another thing I was happy to see. If you watch that again, we're very limited, but you saw the athletic ability of Jay Tuia in that. I
didn't actually see that part.
Yeah, I'll have to. Yeah, and he's number 93. Man, he was coming off the ball for a big boy like that. It was just very nice to see the competition within each player. Again, Eberflus loves Mozzie, but Mozzie doesn't have to be the best guy on the line for them to be successful. Mozzie just needs to do his job. He doesn't have to be Jalen Carter. He doesn't have to even be Jordan Davis. He has to be an average.
Can he at least be a 28th pick of the first round?
That's what I mean.
Yeah, exactly. Can he
If not, he'll be gone after this year. That's the.
So y'all don't think Eberflus is going to do some screw ups?
I don't know,
because he didn't coach very well when it needed to be coached.
As a defensive coordinator, year one at every stop, he's done great.
He's done.
No, I'm just saying.
So let's not talk to him about a head coach.
Yeah, but you're talking about him being a head coach.
That's
you're
different.
talking about
it's a different animal.
No, I'm talking about defensive linemen.
No, as a head coach.
And they were still top. They were still a top defense.
But if you're a defensive coordinator, you still get your players in line.
Though. You know,
tell them to line up.
The DC's in charge of that.
He's got way too much going on. I hear what you're saying, bro. I do. Momo, I hear what you're saying. I'm just going by, I know you're not a numbers guy, but every year he does well. I expect Dallas' defense to be a lot better than last year. What does that mean?
It'll be a lack of coaching if you guys don't do good. It's just going to be a lack of talent.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Last 5 versus the Eagles, we averaged 37.6.
Eberflus is a zone guy. Most of those Cowboys the defense are man for man. So how that going to change that and be successful in the future?
Yeah, but you're talking like he doesn't adapt. He's an adaptable coach. I mean, that's kind of
no. He's zone. It's gonna be a zone.
He's gonna have to play zone until those cornerbacks get healthy anyway.
No, I know that, but that's who he is. He's a zone coach.
Yeah, period. But in Indianapolis, he also played a mixture of man and everything as well. In Indianapolis,
but that wasn't long. He didn't do that long though. I hear what you're saying.
He's an NFL coach, Momo. He's not left-handed and trying to write with his right hand, dude. He can adjust.
I believe he's stubborn. I think he's set in his ways.
Just like you, Momo. Just like you.
No.
I don't look at that way.
Jesse, you ready for this beat down?
What beat down? A Madden?
No.
Don't get the new Madden. Can I go with you guys on this? Like, I'm a Madden fan, Do not get the new Madden. Let's
my
let
nephew told me.
EA. Let's let EA lose this license. The
Thank
only
you.
way they are going to lose the license is if we actually, as a community, do not purchase this thing.
I
You know,
agree with
they
you.
they
Why?
talk they
Phil.
because
happened?
they're,
Hey,
they're
Phil, I'm
NFL
gonna
and them
tell
are
you,
negotiations, and they may not re-sign them to a contract to continue this
Phil,
game.
can I give you some little
Go ahead.
insight on Madden? I'm gonna give you a little story. I used to buy Madden every year. I stopped buying Madden the last 5 years for one reason. When you download a game on like baseball game, MLB The Show, or 2K, it has a quick download. It will download and take an hour or two. With Madden, it's boom because the base game is already inside your PC or your console. It's there. So what you downloading is an update.
Yeah.
That's how they getting. So you're paying
Well,
$70
that's how it is.
for an
Every single
update.
thing, and some of it's not even updated. You still see this, like you're in a practice field, and you still see the Madden from last year's logo up there. You're like, dude, you don't even have time to do that. That's how guys get caught cheating. Like you left the phone number on the thing. Like, come on, man.
Let's
you
bring
take a shower.
bring back NFL Game Day and ESPN footage.
Let's bring back.
That
what was the
ESPN one,
other
that
game?
2K5, amazing. Probably
What was
the
the
best
other game I used to play all the
That was
time?
great. That
Tecmo
was great.
Bowl.
Tecmo Bowl was fun.
Oh yeah, that's
Cartoon.
my
Yes,
but it was fun.
There's even the one that came out at Xbox was like a NFL one. That was amazing. Like Madden, dude, they gotta get their shit. EA's got to get their shit together. Like they talk to you, like they take something out of a game. 2 years later, they bring it back and they go, "Oh, look at this new shit." You know, like it just
And here's
annoys
my
me.
thing about Madden also, Phil, and this is the main point of mine. It's like all gaming today. The DLC is horrible. They want you to pay all this money for extra stuff that you never were going to use in the game anyway.
Well, every time you sign in, what's the first thing they shove in your face is the Ultimate Team, you know, because you
Yes.
have to spend money, and you cannot go to any page without that Ultimate Team popping up, and you're just like,
because people,
should be able to
gamers,
disable it.
I know gamers, they spend thousands and thousands of
Exactly,
dollars for the Ultimate Team. I play MLB The Show 25. I play that every year.
The show was amazing. The shows are that was
Yeah,
a good one. They
I play
do a
that
really good
and I
job.
play online. I'm telling you, people, these YouTubers who have that, they own that. They spend at least $50,000, $100,000 to upgrade those players.
That's true.
Man, I love the 2K games. 2K, with the 2K05, that was the best one. You could see them. You could use like first person view. And that was 2005, man. That was 0405 back in that day. So when they bring it now, they're gonna be, this is all brand new, revolutionary. It's like, no,
Yeah,
no.
they always do that.
The ESPN halftime show
Stop
with Chris
buying
Berman.
Madden. I agree. Cause EA is the worst right now. They're not making no games anymore with EA. Cause EA is selling every time they got a game supposed to come out, they canceling the game or a studio's closing.
They also buy out studios that are competition, and then they break them apart. You know,
and then they close the studio down.
Close the studio, yes.
Yeah, they close the studio down. There's no one for the studio. EA has no games coming out but Madden.
Yeah. So it pissed me off. I want to see them lose the license. And I just that's the only way that you can get the NFL to wake up is by hitting their pocketbooks.
Dude, this isn't good.
How about this? How about the NFL stop the contract for Rydell helmets? They've been there for about 60 years. How about they do that?
I thought they were able to get different helmets now. There's certain approvals that you can get other helmets now. You just got to get it all approved. Yeah.
You can?
Oh, yeah, I believe you can bring a helmet to the NFL and you can get it approved for you to use throughout the season.
Yeah, but the official helmet for the NFL is the Rydell helmets.
Yeah.
I remember I was in junior high school. I had a Rydell helmet.
That's why you answer some of the questions you do. That makes sense now, Momo.
This is not good. This is not good, guys.
She's stuck.
What's wrong? What's not good?
I'm looking
What's
at
up,
my
Randy?
subscribers.
How you doing today?
Hey, how y'all doing?
What's up,
I'm
Brian?
looking at my subscribers. It's all 6s. 66666.
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
No!
Let's
I'm
get
outta
it.
here.
Can somebody please unsubscribe?
Yeah, unsubscribe or somebody subscribe. Ultra Cowboy Drew only
What's
plays
up,
the
Lord
bedpan
Cowboy?
drinking
What's
game.
up? How you doing?
What's up?
That just
I
means
thought you had
money's coming their
you
way
got a
at
new
any
drink
time.
out, Momo's called Momo's Moonshine.
Seriously, that's what that
Me
means.
too.
Moonshine, huh?
That's fucked up, Rob.
Oh.
Sorry,
Now I'm playing
excuse my
Schedule
language.
1.
I'm just
Is
messing
the
with
game
you.
I'm playing. Schedule
Oh
1.
yeah, it's all good.
So
Nah,
Ultra
but
Cowboy.
I just can't stand Madden, and
I mean,
Dude, the
more
college
than
is
that.
I know
not bad.
sometimes y'all guys watch wrestling, so just
What's up, Marcus?
it's so funny. There's a
Get outside
petition
and do
going
something,
on to
dang. Our
ban
consoles are not in the
WWE
world.
get off Netflix. It's so bad right now. There's too
Mhm.
many
Netflix
commercials.
itself, yeah, Netflix sucks ass like right now.
Yeah, I
What's
think
wrong with
personally,
Netflix?
I think The Rock's
Hold
the
up.
one
What are
that's
you
screwed
With
guys
the
them
talking
over.
WWE, with the WWE, dude, don't pump the brakes, pump the brakes. We're not talking about their
Oh, Jesus.
movies or
Yeah.
series. We're just talking about WWE.
No, I think The Rock
I have a
screwed him
problem with
over.
Netflix because the whole idea with Netflix was no commercials.
No,
Yeah,
it's
and then
commercials.
Now
Now
it's
they're
not
commercials.
the freaking commercials.
Yeah, yeah.
And
It's
I like it on
commercials.
you know
Peacock.
what I
It's too
hate
many
about Netflix?
commercials.
Just
What?
real quick.
You know what grinds my gears?
You
Go
know
ahead.
what really grinds my gears is when you see these movies and
Bill's a
they're
drug
like
dealer. Yes,
foreign
I am.
movies. The mouths don't match what's
They're
coming out of their
dubbed. That's
voice.
dubbed.
It's
It's dubbed.
dubbed.
Mhm.
I can't
Yeah.
watch a dubbed movie unless I'm in France or something. I don't want to do that.
It's like a 3-second delay.
Would,
I was
would you
watching-
rather have the
Chinese
dub
movie.
or have to read the subtitles?
Well, it's just not worth my time. It's weird.
But some of those movies are good because I grew up watching
Look
martial
at
arts
you.
movies
You're
as
a
a kid
man
in the
about
70s.
town.
Those movies, those Shaw
Just
Brothers movies was dubbed.
Wreck the buffet at the Herald Club today.
Dude, Kung
You
Fu
watch
Hustle?
that?
Amazing.
Oh, I
yeah.
love Kung Fu Hustle. The
Oh,
mom
yeah.
Yes, exactly.
with the
Mom-
curlers to start chasing
Yes.
me down the street like the
Just a
Flintstones. That was
man
And
fun.
slapping the shit out of everybody.
Stop
I
the
fell out of my
normal
chair
car
laughing
with
so
a
hard.
banana. Sorry. Yeah, I think I pretty much covered everything I wanted to. We went over the Eagles' lead over.
And
the
you
last
wanted a
10
little bit
years.
of an argument? We gave you a little
We
bit of
gave you a
argument,
little
man.
bit of an
Hell
argument.
yeah.
Like, fine, you want us to turn that
Um,
shit up?
We talked about.
I'm surprised Wade
There
was
you
quiet.
go.
Nah, yeah,
Finally.
Wade is
Finally.
easing into it.
Wade's
Give
like
him
his side.
Ultra, give him Drew, and I guarantee you it's a different Wade.
This is
Oh,
for
it was
the
like
ladies
Godzilla,
out
Godzilla
there.
and Kong.
The
Yeah,
ladies.
exactly.
This is
Hey,
for
hey,
you. The Cowboys cheerleaders are getting a 400% raise.
Good for them.
Good
for
for
them.
It's probably
Good
their
for them.
it's probably their sexual harassment lawsuit. Let's be real.
And they got that BS coming on
Probably, I can
Netflix
see
where
that.
they talking about the story of the on Dallas Cowboys
Good
cheerleaders
job,
on
ladies.
Netflix.
Good job.
They got all those series. You couldn't tell me you don't give them a piece of that series. Like,
I would
come
never
on.
watch.
Don't-
I would
don't-
never
don't
watch
they
the
have a
Dallas
documentary?
Cowboys cheerleader.
Dude, they have
thing.
everything, man. They
Come
have
on, stop it.
whatever, man. I'm pretty sure they got a OnlyFans as well, if you, in that sense. But
Well,
like, they had
No,
stuff
they're-
back in the day. I feel bad for that group just because of they're so polarized, and then they were getting just paid like crap, And I think they're finally getting their all
That's
due respect.
you know why they got that raise, right?
The sexual harassment suit, is that why?
That's one of the reasons. And the
Dan
other
Snyder?
reason that
Dan
TV
Snyder,
Dan
what he
Snyder,
did to
Dan-
those cheerleaders over there.
yeah, in Washington, and also they have the TV series Netflix coming out.
Yes, dude, a lot of them. Even those making the cheerleader ones, they have every single year. They're
No, it's
popping
the
those
new
things
one
out.
coming out.
That was a 5.
Keeping up with the Joneses.
On you.
Yeah, keeping
Hey,
up the
Dan-
Joneses.
Gang time, did you hear they selling the Lakers?
Yes.
They
Nah,
sold
yeah.
it.
Are
They
they?
always sold the Lakers. That deal is already done.
Well,
Did you
yeah,
see
but
your
it
boy
said
Shadur Sanders? He got a speeding
101.
ticket.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah,
He was
talking
101
Yeah.
and 60. Yep.
No, so
Already.
the people who own the Dodgers, that group who owned the Dodgers, they bought the Lakers.
Yes.
What
I
the
did
hell?
not
They
know
trying
that.
to take over the world?
Where?
Didn't they buy the
Magic
Commanders
Johnson's
too?
a part of
Isn't
that.
Magic
What's up, Juice?
Isn't Magic Johnson on the Dodgers?
He's
Yeah,
part of
yeah.
that group. He's part of that group.
They trying to take
part
over
of
the
that
world.
So
They
like
trying to be
Jeannie,
like the
so
Amazon
Jeannie
of
Buss
football.
doesn't own it.
Nope.
Nope. No,
That's
she
what,
was talking about that she's selling the
But
Lakers.
She had no.
but she
They
said
had
it
to.
to.
Look,
Well,
man,
it
maybe
makes sense with
LeBron
Magic
James
because he's,
on.
I think she's still gonna be part of it a little bit though.
Yeah, but she won't make LeBron James is gonna make them decisions for management anymore. Tell me what they could do while I'm leaving. They say kick rocks, LeBron.
And he
We
will.
don't need you.
Someone else will sign him and pay him a lot of money.
Hey, breaking
Look,
news. The
Oh, no,
look,
no,
Yankees
no.
scored a
Coyote just
couple of
said.
runs.
What's up, Randy?
Coyote just.
What?
I
Coyote
said
just said he
breaking
owned the
news.
L.A.
The
Kings too.
Yankees scored a
Breaking
couple of
news.
runs. They finally scored. They hadn't scored a run
No,
in 3
the Mets
days.
lost again. The
Hey,
Mets lost again.
Dude, Sophia
so the Phils.
Cunningham, man, that's a bad bitch right there.
Oh,
So,
we got a new
Wow.
commander coming in. New channel member.
What?
Chris Dooley,
no.
there he is. Uh-oh.
Hey, Chris.
Chris Dooley is in town. And
Momo, you got competition.
what's up? Hey, now we need more Giants. Aisha, are you a Giant? Aisha, you root for the Giants?
He's Queen Giant.
Yes.
Okay. There you go. So you can do it.
what's up, Chris?
What's up, Chris?
Chris.
Don't worry, man. So
We need to have a battle of the
you're
females.
muted, Chris. You're
Oh, I
muted.
like
Yeah,
that.
we need
I
a
like that.
female.
I like that.
Commander
Royal Rumble,
though.
female Royal Rumble.
We
That's
got
all.
female Eagle.
There
We
you go,
got
Chris.
female Cowboy.
You
Let's
know,
hear
Minus,
from
Chris
the
minus
Dooley.
the mud.
Let's hear from
Are
the
you
newest
related to Chris
commando.
Cooley?
Go ahead.
Go
Come on,
ahead, Chris.
Chris.
What's up, brother?
The floor is
Welcome,
yours.
Chris.
So what? Anything you want to dispute from your fellow Commander fan of what he had to say? Anything? Have you been paying attention to him tonight?
Yeah. I caught some of it. I mean, Jaden Daniels, he had a great, amazing year and everything, and it's 1 year. I mean,
Right.
he is our franchise guy. He's the man right now, but at the same time, it's 1 year. You can't put that
You
up there
should be
with
high on him.
with what Hurts has done and all that. You can't put that there. I
Chris,
remember
You should be
What's
high
that?
on him, though. You really
I'm
Yeah,
should.
he should be. Okay, this is the reason I said
But-
what I said, Chris. Hold on, because
No.
I want him
Uh-oh.
to enlighten him.
Here
Come
we go.
to
Here we
the
go.
light side. Don't go to that
here
dark
we go.
side.
Let them-
Don't go
let
into the
them
dark
fight.
side. Don't go to the dark side. Please don't go to the dark side.
Oh, I'm not in the dark side. I'm just in reality.
Yeah. I'm
There
in
we go.
reality
There we
too.
go.
My
There you
reality
go.
is clear. Here's the thing where I say
Clear like
Jaden
a
Daniels is
fog.
going to be better than any quarterback we had in the past 10 years. That includes Robert Griffin because he know how to slide, he know how to get out of bounds, he void tackles.
Bullshit.
Well, yeah, Art,
And he can
I mean, he
throw
was
the ball
an Art
in
Browns
pocket.
guy.
And he
I mean,
can throw
RG
the ball anywhere around the field. Robert Griffin could never do that.
No, he could never do that. But he was an Art Browns guy. I mean, he was a track star. He was nothing special.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
that's why we drafted Kirk Cousins in the same draft.
Actually, Kirk
lot of
Cousins was
money.
supposed. It was up to the head coach. Kirk Cousins would have been the starting quarterback over Robert Griffin.
Well, actually, if it was the real deal, we would have had
Bobby.
Ryan Tannehill.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
Ain't
I'm a
over
season
yet.
ticket holder.
Yeah.
I've been to
And
all
did you
those
know?
games, man.
And
I've
I
seen
don't
it.
know Cowboy Nation. Did you know that the assistant coach for the head coach for the 49ers for the 49ers was going to be the Washington head coach, and they put the kibosh on that because Daniel Snyder didn't know what the hell he was doing.
What Matt Shanahan, the head coach of
Thomas.
Washington?
Can you mute Thomas?
So he wanted his son to take over. Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, he's going to resign and have his son be the head coach.
I did it.
Yeah, but to answer Game Time's question at the same time, I mean, I've been a season ticket holder, family all the way back to
Right.
Griffith Stadium, RFK,
Wow.
all that.
Yes.
Whoa.
I go way back. I'm still a season ticket
So
holder.
you know about Mark Rippon?
Oh yeah, Dave
Chris,
Schrader,
you
Tyson,
look,
everybody.
Chris, you look mad young though.
I look young, but I'm not young.
You don't feel young.
But
No.
at the same time, 1999, that's when Snyder took over. And that's when they had that whole promotion party like it's 1999. We went to the playoffs. We were the shit, and then fucking Y2K hit, and then we were just ass after that.
Yeah, because
Do you believe
as a
that-
fellow Washington, being
What's up,
born and raised
Randy?
in that area, and being because I used to sell Cokes at RFK.
You just said what?
Coca-Cola.
You
Oh,
sold
okay.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah,
Coca-Cola.
Hey, yo, bump, bump.
Scarface.
Booger sugar.
Racks
you saying,
of,
Randy?
racks of Coca-Cola.
Well, what I was
sell
gonna-
there, and I used to meet
Well,
we'll
all
keep
these
going.
As soon as he takes a
famous
Keep
breath.
plowing.
football
I'm
players.
When he takes a breath.
Washington, Dale Green. I know
Oh,
that
Drew
Dale
wasn't a
Green
male
is
head
the
crew
most
member.
nicest man I met. when
He's a
Joe
class
Gibbs
act.
when
Hey,
Joe
game
Gibbs
time. Look who's a member now.
He's been a member. All of a sudden, he's not a member.
He probably had to wait a payment. It's the
No,
summertime. You
he's
don't
losing
know
his
if you had to
rent
skip
for
a
that.
payment. You don't know. You
So
don't know.
the
You
year
don't know people's
that
problems.
Joe Gibbs came back, I was afraid when he came back because I didn't think he was going to. They did well, but Snyder still was in the way for me.
Yeah, I know. Joe Gibbs was all about race cars at the time, so he was just wasn't fully into it.
Yeah, because his son wasn't his son running his race car
Get on,
business.
Bobby.
He was he had like 2 teams at the time, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he had Stewart and Haas, all that.
Yeah.
All right, Randy, go ahead, brother. Get in here.
What I was going to ask, not Momo, but the other guy.
Chris Dooley.
What I wanted to ask you, do you think the reason that the Redskins / Commanders were as bad as they were for 20 years was because of Dan Snyder?
Absolutely, it was ownership from the
Thanks,
top.
Bobby.
Damn,
well, we kind of fit in that same mold with a man called Jerry Jones too.
I don't know if you heard of him.
Yeah,
but guess what? Cowboy Nation, Jerry Jones and Dan Snyder was best of friends.
I don't have the patience to jack with you today.
Yeah, Momo.
Nah, Daniel Snyder was just a cancer. I mean, when he got on, he hired Bruce Smith right at the end of his year, Deion Sanders.
Dude, I remember that
Archuleta.
team. I thought that team was going to be awesome.
Yeah,
I was
it
like,
looked like a
dang it,
dream
they
team.
stacked
On
it.
paper,
And
they
then-
looked really good.
It was terrible.
Yeah,
I mean,
on
they were
paper.
just way over.
Who was the quarterback at that time?
Wait a minute, Deion Sanders was on Washington?
Yeah, he
Near
was.
the end. Yeah, near the end.
Yeah, like they had a hell of a team.
Tony Banks.
Yeah. Oh man.
Okay, one more question for you. Are y'all going to beat the Giants on opening day?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh man, he's smoking that too. You two gonna smoke
No,
that
he ain't
crack too?
smoking nothing. You ain't got no
Yeah,
offensive
Momo
line, no
crack too,
cornerbacks.
Yeah,
You keep
Momo,
talking
you
about
now,
Abdul
huh?
Carter, and that guy got shut out by
Don't worry,
our
Chris.
first-round pick.
Don't worry, Chris. We got something for you.
Now,
Don't worry.
Phil, real quick, Phil. You're an ex-quarterback, University of Oregon. Compare season 2 of upcoming for Jaden Daniels to what C.J. Stroud did in Houston. Could you compare them at all? If you were starting a team, when I look at
the whole body of work with C.J. Stroud, he was pro ready, but I think that team let him down by that point. It just was not, I don't put the whole blame on the quarterback when it comes to that whole point. Now, when it comes to Heisman Trophy winners going into the NFL, that is not a great track history right there. Let's be real. I think Jalen Daniels is the exception to that rule there. I think it could be one of those things where, like the Madden curse in that sense, maybe you skip that year. That's why I believe a little bit more in Jalen Daniels' ability. I just think as long as that son of a bitch can slide without having to put his head down, he should be fine. He's not, even Anthony Richards is trying that with 20, 50 more pounds, and he's not succeeding. Quit doing that.
Please
but
put your head down. Please
as long as
put your head
he's got his legs, that'll help that offense when those wide receivers maybe not getting open. That's something that we bitch and moan about with Dak that he does not do because of ever since that leg injury. You'll see him every time he goes to get tackled, he shoves his legs up into the air. It's immediately almost up into the air. He has something there. And so that stopped him. And I think as long as Jalen Daniels doesn't get rattled to that point, he should find some success in that second year. I just wonder how well it's going to be against the NFC East. Just because if anybody's going to really take it to you, it's going to be this division.
I mean, I say it's a lot to say about what Stroud did last year. He lost 3 wide receivers. He lost half his offensive line.
Yeah, the team
still
left.
had the same record.
Yeah. Chris,
Still
we're
went
not
to
allowed
the
to talk
playoffs,
about
so-
injuries so we don't get any credit for injuries. So.
Oh, your team, the Lions and the 49ers
I know
were
that,
the
but
worst.
I mean, Eagle fans won't give us any credit. Oh, you sucked before the injuries. And it was just, it is what it is. I don't wish that on anybody, but yeah, I mean, I know. That's why I said, but he did normally, like young quarterbacks will tend to struggle in year 2, but they went out and actually added right now. What's the story
love their
with
offensive
Terry
coordinator.
McLaurin? What's the score? Is he going to be there? Are they going to pay this man?
Yes.
Of course. The same thing happened in his first contract. He didn't sign until the end of June.
Now,
I
what
say
do you
I would say use him and then trade his ass off. Like get his value up and then trade him off or something.
The rumor is out there is that
Yeah, about the guy for San
He
Fran.
reminds me of Keenan Allen, where he's
Ayuk
all of a
for
sudden great and
McLaurin.
then he's bad.
I would take McLaurin every day over Ayuk. That's just
Every
me.
day.
That's just
Absolutely.
me. Ayuk
Carey's been more consistent.
Yeah.
Not
Ayuk is
injured.
good.
Yeah,
but,
Ayuk had one good year, I think. Yeah,
McLaurin is a 1,000-yard receiver. Doesn't matter who his quarterback is.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yep.
Bums.
That's one thing. One thing I'm really surprised about, Chris. Why the team has all this money? Why do they make him go after Hutchinson?
The funny thing is, if you look at our sports track, we have no contracts like past 2027.
Thank you.
They're gearing everything right up for $70 million.
Yeah.
75 once a year or
Now,
two happens.
Then
That's
I'll
what
have
it's
to pay
going to be.
Jaden. He'll get his.
And also, and he are you first of all, do you live in the area, Chris?
I live about an hour from DC.
Yeah, he stayed in the area, not like you. You got the hell out of Dodge.
But I'm in North Carolina, but I still go.
I know.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. In that area, in DC, the sports franchises, most of them suck. Only good one before Washington last year had that winning season was the Washington Capitals. The baseball the baseball team had that won the World Series, then they sucked. Then we all know the Washington Wizards changed the damn name because they ain't Wizards. I don't know what they shoot because
they haven't been nothing since the Bullets.
Yeah.
No, we had the Renegades. The Renegades won shit. The girls, they won the Mystics.
But the UFL, we got with the Defenders. The Washington Defenders won the championship of a day.
Did you have a parade, Momo? Did you go to the parade, Momo?
Huh?
Did you go to the parade?
I don't go to parade because something always happening in that parade. I ain't trying to get hurt. Always something at the parade. But
what was there, like five people there?
And this thing where we have bad losing teams, from the Washington Diplomats to the Washington Redskins / Commanders to the Washington Wizards and to the. So we have franchisely we have losing teams in Washington. Even the WNBA team are horrible. The Mystics. That's another stupid ass name. The Mystics and the Wizards. What are we doing here? Are we playing?
I like the Mystics.
Man, we're magical over here. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it could be. Hey,
the Wizards, the Mystics. I don't know. I don't think it's going to change now, but
might be a new. There might be a new team there, the Washington Momos.
Oh, I get to do a giveaway. Nice.
Bobby said he can't get in.
It's been a history of losing in Washington.
Dude, Bobby, everybody's getting in.
And then as a fan, like a normal fan, before Snyder got there, it was hard to get season tickets because it was like a 20-year wait.
Yep.
20-year wait list. Giants. That's what it was with Giants.
Yeah, and then when Snyder got there,
it was buy one get ones. Yeah, buy one season, get a second season for free.
Yeah, they said y'all welcome to have these season tickets.
Well, they were never upgrading that stadium, man. Let's be real, man. That thing is like that
waterfall they got inside the stadium.
When they built that stadium, it was
one
of
the
the
worst
biggest.
stadium.
It had like 90,000 people, and then after the first year we went to the playoffs, we just started teetering 500, then started to 5 and 11, 4 and 12. So he built a party zone, but it was in the nosebleeds at the very top of the stadium.
Yeah, I remember that.
And nobody wanted to go up there. So
are you kidding me?
Just kept dropping and dropping.
And then here's the funny part, because I went there one cup. I used to go tailgating with my friends, go home and tailgate. So that when Robert Griffin was really Robert Griffin. RG3.
Tell me you got a Robert Griffin tattoo on your ass. You bring him up.
No. Here's the crazy part. People had Robert Griffin buses, vans, and all this stuff with Robert Griffin on their bus.
Momo.
Like that.
Here we go.
Momo.
Drew's in here.
Momo, can you do me a favor?
What's that?
Can you straighten your glasses? Because they make me feel like I'm drunk, like I'm high or something.
You are high.
He's looking like Mark Holmes yesterday with his glasses all crooked.
Oh God!
But all I'm saying is this: is that Washington is, as a fellow Washington fan, Chris, is that we haven't been losing and is happy.
Jesse wishes he could say that.
You have been losing
for now.
You have been losing.
No,
last year
has Giant.
but you have been losing.
Now, And I enjoyed
Now
I
we
enjoyed the
play.
book.
We
Drew,
play
you
a
need to
trick.
call me. You need to call me, Drew, by the way, because you haven't
I'm gonna
called
call you,
me.
Momo. I'm gonna call you, bro.
I'm gonna do a
But you-
drawing real quick, and then we're gonna do. I want to go 2 hours on the dot, and then we'll get out of here. So we got another 14 minutes. And let me do a quick drawing since we got we met our goal. Here we go.
Oh, here we go. Let's do some Pictionary. Oh,
I
no,
don't
drawing.
know what-
Okay, my bad.
You guys get to pick one item from the game time.
Oh, what's up, Drew?
Sound like my preschool teacher and shit.
What's up,
You've been
Hazel?
good. You get to pick one item from the
And
thing.
go ahead and get the golden ticket. The golden ticket.
Ultra Cowboy.
See, that's
Oh,
see, this is
God.
Brian's doing, man. I became sassy because he needed me to
Ultra
accept that shit
Cowboy's
up.
the
Sometimes.
winner. Ultra's the winner, brother. So you won something. I'll send you.
Damn, Ultra.
I'll send you
He's
the
like,
coffee mug. or
he's
something.
like, I trade that in for
At
reading
least-
out 3 of my quotes.
Why are we deleting people?
Wow.
What's going on? What's going on here?
What's wrong? Oh, somebody getting timed out?
If you support Eagles, you can. What's the matter? Forward out of it. Whatever. That's not a big deal. You don't have to
Hey.
block them for that. That's fine. Just keep
Let
motion.
me piggyback on if I can on what Momo was saying. I do agree that JD 55, because that's what he'll be called, JD 55 until
Stupid.
they beat us. I think JD 55 is poised to be like that next guy after
Get him,
Jalen.
Chris. Step up.
He-
Get his ass.
after Jalen, JD 55 he's poised. If his team can support him and keep weapons around him, the kid is talented. He's going to be a problem. He's going to be.
Yeah,
a
I mean, because he can actually throw. That shit's
Yeah.
crazy.
He's a problem.
You better not take a big hit, though.
Yeah, exactly.
You better not
He-
take
he
a big
just-
hit.
Yeah, don't be
Exactly.
like.
I have to agree with
Goodbye.
Randy. The kid has to not
Yeah,
take
just-
hits.
just
Well,
slow
listen,
down.
we gotta do this.
Don't
Let
be
me
a
hear you
superhero.
all
Little
say.
string beans running around here, potatoes.
Let me say this. I think the Cowboys are the team out of the division that are in the how can I say, they're in trouble to be in purgatory after the next couple of years.
No, that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
like,
fine.
Well, the
Not that
Kyle.
quarterback
they
can
don't
be
have
gone.
talent.
Yeah, you're right.
But I mean, like with
I
the
didn't really
quarterback
see it.
situation, if Dak is, I mean, we don't know what's going to happen with Dak. I don't know. If Dak
Yeah,
just wins that-
knowing Drew's luck, we're gonna lose it that year. We're gonna get Archie Manning. He's gonna be like, "Fuck."
No, that would be great for you guys. No, that would be great.
would be, but
That
that's
would
You
be
have to do a
that's
whole
not
lot
that's
of.
not how
You have to do a
Cowboy.
lot of
That would be
losing
great.
in order
That's
for
not
you to get Manning.
That's not happening.
Well, that's what I'm
Out of
saying.
the
The
teams that
Cowboys
are-
will have to lose.
I mean, you guys
a
talk
lot
about
of
his
games.
injuries every year.
But no,
the
within
Saints, the Saints are going to get Manning.
They
The
say, I
Saints are
think,
going to get Manning.
yeah, I would say,
What's up, Jay Smooth?
The
it'd be something
Cowboys
stupid
will
like
have to
Den-
lose a
That was
lot
just
of
like
games
Steelers, kind of like
before they get that pick.
it'd be Denver.
Go fucking bird!
They, don't,
Cleveland.
because the Cowboys
I can
ain't
see
like the
Vegas getting
Giants. They'll win games they're supposed to win so they can get a high draft pick.
Chicago.
Chicago.
I don't care how much you put
I'll
on Chicago.
say this
that doesn't mean anything.
to piggyback on what Drew said. I don't see us going down in the next couple of years, to be honest with you. Finally, we're doing things
Yeah,
that we
we're
haven't
young.
done
I
in
don't-
20 years.
We're young.
In 20 years, we haven't done, and we're young. And I will be honest with you. I think we're the up and coming team besides the Giants in this division. I'm not saying we're going to win the division this year. I'm not saying nothing like that. But I will say this. We're going to be in the playoffs this year because for a team we were halfway injured last year and we got better at wide receiver and Booker's going to make a lot of a difference. So I think we're heading in the right direction.
Plus,
Randy,
Lowell,
I would agree with you. I would agree with you for next year. This year, I don't see Dallas making the playoffs at all. 7-9 wins.
7? Wait, win 7.
11-6. 11-6.
7-9
Fuck
wins.
out of here.
7-9 wins. And look, I'm not saying that.
Wait, I thought you said 7 and 9.
No, between 7 and 9 wins
Yeah,
is where
7-2-9.
I see Dallas. That's where Dallas between 7 and 9.
Well, here's what I'm going to say. Philadelphia better hope that everything goes right for them this year because, we all have years where you take injuries, you take everything. You got to have a lot of luck, too. And y'all had a lot of luck. I mean, y'all had your injuries last year. I'm not going to say that. But everybody
I think you're all fucked in the head.
when they're not
We're
as
10
good
hours
as
from
they
the
should
fucking
be.
fun park,
That's
and you
all
want
I'm
to bail
saying.
out.
Randy, but I think beyond
Well, I'll tell you
what
something.
need
This
to
is
have
no longer a
depth, and I
vacation.
think that's what
It's a
Philly
quest.
has, is depth.
It's a quest for fun. I'm gonna have fun, and you're gonna have fun. We're all gonna have so much fucking fun we'll need plastic surgery to remove our goddamn smiles. You'll be whistling Zippity Doo Dah out of your assholes.
Throughout the season, multiple linemen were down, and when we filled in, we still were able to win the ball. We have good depth.
If you have I think there's key ones. You got as soon as Lane Johnson went out of that lineup, it just became a whole different team. So yeah, I think it's certain key injuries. I mean, you lose AJ Brown, for example, like that. Those are key injuries. Those are main guys.
Well, we
you know,
lost-
and
well,
I
he
don't
was
wish that
out.
upon any of that stuff.
He
You
was
know, I
out
know.
and we still won.
We lost Lane in the Saints game, and we pulled it out. We lost the right side of our line during the Saints
and
game.
you didn't have to deal with the next following week, and the next following week, and the next following week, and the next following week. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm talking about. Those parts where they're not there. You don't have to deal with it for just one game. Like I'm talking about adverse, or you know, you just like what's the word I'm looking at? Thank you. I'm like not coming out the tongue.
You're good.
Phil, talent always trumps luck.
And so in a lot of ways, and I agree. Remember, I'm the one that also talks about depth as well. But you know, when it comes to you struggled with certain guys out of the lineup, you know, and that was a team that has a lot of depth. You know, where Barnes, for example, like you guys got the linebacker. What's his name? Barnes, like Barnes. I can't remember. It's Baun.
Brandon.
Bond. You're talking about Zach Bond.
Yeah, Zach. There you
I
go.
just want to say, guys, I'm gonna sign out.
All right, brother. Thank you.
All right, Mo.
I think that was a great sign,
Thanks,
and he had an
Coyote.
amazing season. But then you look at his past years, it wasn't like that. And so there's things there that can tumble, and I'm not saying that it will, but it's I think every team has their thing. Like when you look at Detroit. Like Detroit, that has depth. They have a shitload of depth. How many injuries do they have? Almost 30 or so? 40?
Yeah, that was impressive.
So that's a whole roster almost.
They were way better than we were last year.
But Phil, would you attribute that to coaching? And that's
don't get me wrong. Like he did go on fourth down a lot.
Right, but that's one of the things that differentiates us from Dallas.
Some years are better than others, Drew, and I'll let
Phil
Phil
but I'm
answer.
saying, but that's what differentiates us from Dallas in a
But
lot.
I mean,
We have
I agree on that part.
Here's the deal, though. I would say you're in a better situation, but similar to Dallas was last year coming into the season. If you were to go and lose, and this is no exaggeration, knowing that you've lost some of your depth on your defense, and you're going to rely on some young guys. If you lose 5 of your starters on defense, so you lose your two corners, you lose Jalen Carter, I mean, for an extended period of time, your corners for the rest of the year, then things be exposed because now you've lost some of your depth. You lost Rodgers, you've lost big play Slay. We could all say what we want. I thought he played decently last year. Bradbury's gone. Okay. But, I'm just saying, I'm not wishing that, but I think you're in a little bit of a vulnerable spot. I love this spot. I'm on record as saying, Drew, I liked what you did. You just won your Super Bowl. That was the time to go young, right? Let some of Milton, don't get caught up in that's what was Dallas's problem back. They always would pay guys that next contract. You just won a Super Bowl. You got some time, you know what I mean? So I don't know.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, and there's some validity to that. But I just look at culture and coaching. Like when we won the Super Bowl back in 2018, I mean, our team was hit with injuries. I mean, impact. We lost our quarterback. We lost our right guard, our right tackle, who was the best tackle in football at the time, Jason Peters. We lost a lot of players during that stretch. And guess what? Talent overcame and stepped up. Talent is always going to.
I think that was more of the luck part than it was the talent. I think you just unproved your point right there.
Was not a really good quarterback.
I think you just unproved it because that was a very lucky team.
Yeah, that was an opposite.
So the talent when we lost talent. We lost like Hall of Fame players. We lost All-Pro players. We lost the MVP quarterback who would have won the MVP if he would not have gotten hurt in the Rams game. And and our guy
Yeah, we
came
call
in.
that luck. You don't normally do that.
That's
The
luck.
God
So
smiled
that
upon
team,
you.
Because you
that
didn't really
team
have
wasn't
that
that
much.
team was not talented and
It
stacked.
was
That team was
talented,
not
but nowhere
talented.
near as
The
talented.
God smiled upon
Yeah,
you.
yeah. It was one of those everything
Pulling out
aligned
trick
for you.
plays
That's
and shit.
crazy.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I mean,
That's
that's a
Philly.
difference of an opinion. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
again,
crazy.
I mean,
That team was very
I thought
talented.
Now,
that
man,
was
if
yeah,
our
you guys
backup
were
quarterback
1-6
all of a
down the
sudden
stretch
came
in
in and
2023.
our running backs were great that year.
Yeah, they were, but I mean, they were, but they were. All, I mean, what's this guy name out of Frisco? The running back. He was kind of a shot fighter. He did decent. I can't think of his name.
Ajayi?
Yeah, Ajayi was on his last leg, but he had a good year. It wasn't like he was some talented guy.
And the Winnebago.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I think it was
no,
a
it wasn't
perfect
Twiz.
storm.
That's
I
not
wouldn't
facts.
say,
You were that. Yeah, you're just saying you had an MVP
Yeah,
season. You
exactly.
put Nick Foles. They didn't even re-sign him. Like
Yeah, no, I
it
mean, he
says a
didn't do
lot. That
nothing.
said a lot. I mean,
But Howie
they
did
even
really
said
good in
it.
free agency that year as well, though.
You
Because
guys
him
had that
and
kind of-
Sean Jackson.
Again, you had nowhere
Nick Foles.
near the injuries that year that we had last year.
I think our injuries were just as devastating.
No,
And when you
say
when you look back at
both our starting, we lost both of our starting corners.
Whenever you watch the narrative,
Diggs didn't get hurt until week 12.
He was never healthy, bro. He came in.
But he played.
It doesn't
Martin
matter.
was
You
never
know he
healthy.
wasn't healthy.
Who's healthy? Who's healthy?
Hold up. He was coming off an ACL.
You're thinking of Bland. You're
Stop.
thinking of Bland.
Who's
You're
healthy?
Stop. He was coming off an ACL. We
He's
lost
thinking of
Micah
Bland.
Parsons.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah,
He's
he
thinking of
doesn't.
Bland.
That's
Yeah,
the problem.
He's thinking of Bland.
Yeah,
So,
Parsons and
so
Lawrence at the
teams
same time.
are at their tip top week 12, week 13, week 15, week 17. Teams aren't
Nobody's
hurt.
saying
Guys
tip-top.
aren't-
He
guys
was
aren't
never
hurt.
healthy. It's come out. That's
But
why
he
Dallas
played
is
for 12
pissed at him.
weeks.
Doesn't matter that he played. He was
It does matter.
No, it
It
doesn't.
matters.
He
Sit
wasn't
him down.
100%,
Put him on
nowhere
ice.
near 100%. Again, stop trying to compare the Eagles to
what I'm
Dallas.
saying,
Dallas was
before the
decimated.
injury-
They lost their
before
two
the
starting
injury-
corners. They lost their
before
two
the
starting
injuries-
defensive ends. They lost their
Before
main
the
defensive
injuries,
tackle.
Dallas-
They lost their
before the-
safety. You
before
have
the
not
injuries,
experienced
Dallas
anything
was
like
not a
that.
good
Trust me
football
when I
team.
tell you, we lost.
Before the
We
injuries,
lost our
Dallas
number
was
2
a
wide
bad
receiver.
football team.
We lost our tight end.
Everybody was
We
there
lost
against
3 of
backup
our offensive
defensive
linemen.
end.
We lost our
Everybody
quarterback.
was there when
It
you
goes
played-
on
when you
and
got
on
bullied by the
and
by the
on
Ravens.
and on
Everybody
and
was
on.
there. You
Dude, if
barely
you're
beat the Giants, and everybody
yeah, but that
was
same thing, Drew, man. The year before they sucked, and if Dak hadn't been there, what would have happened? They didn't do anything. Yes, they
What
came
you
back
do
and
is
won
look, Dak
12
was almost the
games or
MVP
whatever.
that year. Dak
Yeah.
was almost the MVP that
But
year.
he was
with
he
the
the
same
MVP
team.
in the first 5 fucking games? No.
Okay, you're proving my point.
That's what we're talking
They weren't
about.
good. You're proving my point. Dallas
No,
was not good.
I'm proving the opposite. You're just talking about how
No,
we sucked
Dallas
in
was
the
not a good
beginning,
football team.
like we
Left
couldn't
foot
come
champion.
back and win shit.
You're proving my point, Phil.
All right,
Dallas
Coach,
was
how
not
was
a good football team.
You hear
had
what
most
you
of
want
your-
to,
you had
Drew.
most
I don't
of
know
your
what you
defense.
hear, dude.
Yeah.
It's like a
Most of
filter
your
that
He
comes
has
through.
a certain
You had most of
way
your offense.
Yeah,
You had most
listening,
of your team.
and it's clueless.
Two-piece.
But, hey.
Dude, he has
You
this
had most
filter
of your team.
that goes
You
through,
look
and he
bad.
hears different
You
shit.
are
You look
literally,
horrible.
you're literally embarrassing yourself.
How am I embarrassing myself?
Chris
so
Dooley.
game time.
Hey, Chris Dooley.
Answer,
No,
game
no,
time.
no, no,
Answer
no.
my question.
No,
Oh,
we've
let me
heard
just say
enough
this.
from you. I want to hear from somebody who doesn't have hate. Chris,
But I'm
was
looking
Dallas decimated by injury last year from an outsider?
Man, y'all were destroyed. You had both your
Tell
defensive
this
ends
cat,
was out.
I don't know what
The
he's
You had
whole-
smoking,
the
but put the
two
pipe
backup
down.
defensive
When
ends
Dallas
out.
was 3-5,
Let
they
the
were
man
hurt.
speak, guys.
Yeah, he won't. That's
Yeah,
the
just
problem.
Let me go, man. Let me flow. Both your defensive ends was out. Your both backups were out. You lost Overshone. You lost your cornerbacks. I mean, you were destroyed in so many games.
I mean, listen, I'm not saying we were Super Bowl champions. Nobody is saying that. But to poo-poo what happened last year is just ludicrous. That's all.
All I'm saying is before the injuries, Dallas looked horrible.
Again, they
I
did
would
the,
agree with that.
they
the same
did
thing.
the
I would agree with
previous
that.
year when they won
The
the
previous year,
friggin' division.
you had a
when
your
you
Well, the
went
first
down
eight,
this
And what was
the
the
first
record
eight games
then?
when Dak was healthy, they
with
What
the
was the
same
record then?
offense.
Dallas
and the record then
struggling
was 3 and
the
something.
previous year.
3-4, 3-5 at that
3
time
and
too.
5.
They were 3-5 before the injuries hit.
No, I'm talking about the year
No,
before.
I'm talking
when
the
we
year
won
before
12,
that.
knucklehead.
The year before that, your quarterback was almost the MVP with the
Okay, Hey, Drew, stop
The
that. Stop
beginning
for a
of the
second.
year,
Listen to
he
what I'm
was
about to
not.
say.
What are you listening at?
In the beginning of the
year,
season,
he was not good.
So
They were
so wait a
three-
minute. So game prime time. So did Dak start the season last
2
year
years
with the
ago,
same
we're talking,
offense he
not
did in
last year.
2023?
2 years ago, he
He
started
didn't start
out.
the same. He didn't start with the same offense with the same receivers he had
What do
in
you-
2023.
whoa,
When he was
whoa,
almost
whoa,
an
whoa, whoa.
MVP.
What we're saying is he started off 2023 horribly. You remember they had to go into bye week 6, and they had to have a come to God moment. Their offense was near the bottom of the league.
Yep.
And then they
But
turned
that
it
doesn't
around.
mean-
And then
that
he
doesn't
came
mean
back and
next-
become
that doesn't
Zip
mean
MVP.
it for a
Dak was gonna-
second. Then they
that doesn't
turned
mean
it
Dak
around.
was going to clean it up.
Zip it for a second. Have some respect. Then they turned it around. Then they turned it around, Drew, and he was the MVP runner-up. But yet they were horrible with that little snippet of the season. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So 7 games in, is it guaranteed that Dak was going to turn it around?
No.
It wasn't the year before.
Now, you're not answering my question. Last year, 2024, 7 games in when Dak looked like trash, was it guaranteed that he was going to turn it around and
It
play
wasn't
like an MVP
guaranteed, but it
candidate?
wasn't guaranteed he wasn't.
So we don't know what he would do, right?
The year before, he proved your point.
2024,
The year before, he proved against
he
you.
turned it around.
I'm talking about 2024. Is it guaranteed that Dak would have
No,
cleaned it up?
guaranteed.
All we can do is go from the previous experience.
What happened?
You're going hypothetical.
So when I go to
hypothetical,
2018, when I go to 2018,
we won't know.
you guys,
The trend says yes,
can't
but
have it both ways.
if you had those same injuries with the exception of Dak, I don't still think you would have won.
No. I agree, but we didn't have all those injuries in that time.
All
I
I'm saying
agree.
is, Drew, all I'm saying is that the year before, when you said he was the MVP runner-up, remember we choked in Green Bay?
With the same
year,
offense.
he started out 3-5.
And with that same offense, he turned it around. They turned it around. It wasn't like Dak came out.
All
and
we're
shit.
saying is, Drew, nobody's
Chris,
saying
welcome
we're
to the
going to the
table,
Super
pal.
Bowl. Nobody's saying that. We would have won 9 games. We would have won at least 2
You
more
don't know
games.
that. You don't know that.
When
What do
you
you mean, what's
lose
wrong with Cam
your
Newton?
whole,
You don't know that.
when
Dude,
you lose,
You don't know that.
the
You could have
defense,
ended with the
Filters.
same record.
again,
You could have
you
ended
got
with
to
the
use
same.
your eyes, brother.
Could have.
Yeah,
He
nobody-
proved the year before. No.
Yes,
Hypothetically,
That
we
isn't
can
true.
Proved
That's
the
last
year
year, though,
before.
just because
he
No,
did it
you're
again.
going
The-
hypothetical.
That
Yeah,
argument
it's all
I'll never
hypothetical,
understand
but
with
it
you,
doesn't
Drew. It
mean
makes
just 'cause he did
no
it the year
sense.
before,
Not
it
all
doesn't matter.
hypothetical though, Rob. The year
It is.
2023 happened is not a
That is a
hypothetical year. He proved exactly
So
what
every
Drew is
year is the
asking.
No,
Every
I
year's the
agree with
same,
that in
Phil.
2023.
Every year's the
As a-
same,
But
Phil.
if
Every
you
year's
had
the
the
same.
if you had
As a
the
betting
same
man, you're
injuries
gonna
with the
go on
exception
with
of Dak
that.
last
Every
year,
year's the same. Every year's the same. Every year's the same. Really,
No.
that's your argument? You just
That's
talked
what yours.
about
That's
No,
you guys' argument.
Hold on,
Drew.
So you're saying
But that's
every
what I'm
year's the
saying
same.
about you. You turn
We
around
can't
and
do
say those
nothing
same
right.
type of shit, and you argue your point with,
It's all
well,
right for
previous
you to
years he's
say.
always done this. And
It's all right for them to say, Phil, that they're going back to the Super Bowl this year because they did it
last year, right?
They did it last year. But, you know, when
Listen,
we try and
listen.
say Dak recovered after a horrible start that he would have last year, now we can't
don't
have
know
it.
that.
no,
we don't.
But you
though.
don't
Wentz
Yes,
think
you're
you're going to
right.
the
Wentz
Super Bowl
didn't
this
recover.
year either. But
Wentz-
Well, we can
Wentz
go by his
didn't recover.
previous year.
Wentz
you
never
can't have it
recovered.
both ways, brother. You can't.
Wentz never
You can't
recovered.
have it for your squad.
And Dak is the only team with his original team. So what do you want? What do you want with
With
that?
his original team, Dak is
Yes,
the only
with
guy.
that whole class,
Dak
with
is the
your
old
Carson
guy.
Wentz
He's
and all
the
that.
old- Dak is the
why-
old dude there for 10 years. Everybody.
Why aren't we
hasn't
talking
been there
about
for
Mike
10 years.
What do you-
McCarthy?
He's
yeah,
played
he's just
7
going off on
seasons.
some
Let's
shit.
get it right.
Why aren't we talking about
Is he
Mike
ugly too?
McCarthy?
Talk about, like
We
Why
can't.
aren't
we're
we
talking
talking about
excuses for
Jason
Dak,
Garrett?
John. Just make excuses for Dak, Joe.
And
Why aren't we talking about the coaches, Drew? You got the best coach in football, Drew. You got the
said
best
let's make
coach in
excuses for
Dracula.
Guys, I want to say this. We get into
It's
a
never
situation
Dak's
where, like
I ain't
today,
cutting shit,
there was
Donnell.
false
You
news
cut
put
it.
out. False news on our team
I
put out
won
that
a lot
Ravel
of money
went.
off of the Eagles last year. Donnell, what are you talking about?
Well,
I saw it
about?
coming. It's not surprising.
As a Cowboy
What channel are
fan,
you watching?
I don't think that we can do anything right. So we might as well just forget the season. Just go ahead, skip the season.
Nobody's saying that, Randy. Don't play the victim. Don't play the victim.
Let
Don't
me
play the
say-
victim. No one's
just say
saying
something. Let me say something. I'm freaking tired of hearing that we can't do nothing freaking right. I'm tired
Who
of
said
hearing
that?
well,
Who
history
said
says
that?
that. We don't.
I
said
hear
that,
this
man?
crap all the
We're talking
time.
about history.
Cowboys
That's
don't do
crazy.
nothing
on our
right,
side.
and I'm sick of it. You know
can't
what?
pull
We
that
got
history.
4 teams in this division, and it's going to be a close freaking division. Don't kid yourself. Y'all aren't
Yeah,
going to
you're
run
not
away with
blowing it.
nothing
You're not
this year.
blowing anybody out, dude. You're not blowing anyone out.
Who
It's a close
said?
No, I would
Who
have to
said?
disagree with you there.
Hold on,
sweeping
Randy.
shit.
I would have to
Yes.
I
disagree
have
with
a
you
question
there.
for Randy.
All
Top
right,
to
well,
bottom, we
you're
have the
gonna be
best
wrong.
Who
roster in
said
the
that
league
Dallas
still.
can never do anything? Who
No.
said that?
I hear that
Ultra,
every
that's funny.
day,
For its
Drew.
AT&T
Everybody, you know what?
TV passes,
hear-
it hurts
Never
so
heard y'all
good.
say that.
Yep.
You know what? I've been a Cowboy fan since 1965. I hear that every day. And you know what?
Not for me.
Honestly, I look at George Pickens, and I'm just fixing to make a point. We got George
You can
Pickens
make
now.
a point. You're a channel member. He don't talk over you.
Well, we got
Look at
George
him go.
Pickens now. This is going to open up the seams because the field that we had last year was 1/3 because we
One
didn't
person.
have another number 2 receiver.
Yeah,
And it's going to
Right.
open up the field all
Randy,
3 ways.
I
And
agree
if
with you.
Blue is able to get even with the
Uh-oh.
offensive line, he's
No,
gone.
let Randy talk.
Yeah, we are. We're letting Randy talk. I'm letting Randy talk, and I'm agreeing with him. I
Now,
think George
haven't-
Pickens was a damn good move. I
Mm.
agree with you. But just like what you just said, Randy, depending on your offensive line is depending on how Blue's going to do. Well, depending on your offensive line is going to also predicate on what Dak's going to do. Are they going to give him enough time to throw the ball to Pickens?
Are they better than last year?
Yes,
middle.
our middle.
He can't pass
They're
block
better
for
than
shit.
last year. They're better than last year.
I got
a point
Is
to
your
make.
right tackle
Go ahead,
not
Bobby.
a
You're a
good
channel
pass
member.
block
You're allowed to
right
speak.
tackle?
Yeah, but do we have a
King
coach that can actually think about the fact that if he is
I
struggling,
love-
that we can get some help in there?
Do you? I mean, who knows, right?
I do. I believe in that coach, that he's adjustable. He adjusts to stuff. It's Mike McCarthy that I look at with those, when you saw like a Chaz Green or you saw like one of those guys that just struggling like crazy. Well, no, let's just leave him out there and we'll just, he'll figure it out. Like that's
Rob.
just terrible.
Jump in.
Like,
What did? Okay, so then
I'm
what
not a big
did-
Steel fan. I'm not a big Steel
Okay,
fan.
And Phil, listen, I respect the fact that you don't wear blue glasses. I respect the fact that you call it how you see it. But I'm being real as well. I'm not wearing my Kelly green glasses right now. These are
Okay.
valid, legit.
Come and
questions.
talk to me.
My question is that if he is so adjustable, then what was his position these last couple of years? Was
His position was asking for permission.
Who we talking about?
Brian
current
Schottenheimer.
coach.
Oh,
Yeah, your
He was
coach,
asking for
because-
permission consistently, both sides.
Okay, so he had
well,
no
that's a
input on
question
your
mark.
offense,
We
but he
can't
was your
say that it's
offensive
not a
coordinator.
question. How did
Yeah.
that come up? I mean, I'm just curious.
Well, he's
McCarthy was a terrible coach. He didn't allow people to
I'm
put
just trying to
input
wonder
in
how we
this
went from
freaking-
talking about y'all to
Because I'm
like, the
talking
coach.
about, Steele to me,
talking about
I'm not
the
one of those
offensive
Cowboy
line.
fans that believes Steele is the answer or he's going to come back and all of a sudden have something. But do I, as a football person, know that if my right tackle is struggling, that there are things in the game plan that I can do to help my struggling right tackle? Now, what's the most weakness of this team? The tackles. Let's be real.
Yeah,
it's not
your
only your
left
right
and right
tackle, it's your
tackle,
left tackle as well too.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
think
but
you're too
you
hard
have two
on
tight
Steele
ends, you
there,
have all
Rob.
these type of sets that you
No,
can
he's
have.
not a good.
Rollouts,
He's
all
not a
that.
good pass blocker. He's a great run blocker, but
Right.
he's not a good pass blocker.
Well, again,
And
he was
so-
coming off an ACL from last year, the year
That's
before.
the
I
truth.
agree.
That's the truth.
So
But
I agree,
Again,
but how we
just
got
not a
here
big
is
Steele fan.
because Randy brought
I
up
know
as far
everybody
as
wants to
Dak's
say
gonna.
it don't mean nothing, but it does. It
Oh, it
just
does mean
does.
something.
It
I
does.
agree. I'm not disagreeing that. What I'm simply saying is there's a lot of question marks on your offensive line, specifically in your tackle. And
Not
and
as
with
much
that
as
being
last
said,
year, though.
I just don't know how Dak is gonna all this connection with your two
Well,
receivers
I mean,
are
you got
awesome.
one of the better interior.
But you have to
Yeah,
have
but you
that
got the best,
time to
one
throw
of the
the
best
ball.
interiors in the game now.
You
Rob,
do,
I'll
but
say
what about
this.
when those defensive
I
ends
can drop back
coming at
5-7
Well, I
steps
mean,
and
I
throw
hear
it
it.
deep.
Rob, I'll say this. They're going to use Spam Ford and stuff as a chip blocker on the ends now.
But I
You're going to
mean-
have,
Is
and we're
he
going to
gonna
have to
take care
do
of the right
different
end?
things.
Hold
Because you have
on.
question marks
Are
on
we
both.
not to think that Tyler Guyton can improve off of year one? I mean, let's face it. He got off to a great start last year. He went up against Myles Garrett and stoned him, and we won the game
then-
in Cleveland.
Right.
He's not like he was terrible all year. As the year
That's
progressed, they were taking advantage of him and his lack of experience, picking up the stunts, all these different things that these defensive coordinators were throwing at him. Maybe we give him a little bit of credit. Now, again, when he was out of a game due to whatever, we had Asim Richards, who has been a part of the team for a few years, a 5th-round pick out of North Carolina. They're very high on him, too. I would just say that it's if you're counting on, because of that, but yeah, I would say look at our left guard, look at our center, and hopefully our right guard, our first round pick. If they hit, if Booker hits, that is going to give more than enough time to get rid of the football.
Game time.
He's gonna hit.
Hold up.
It's not like he's coming from
You're
LSU.
talking about Cooper Beebe, who was borderline Pro Bowl last year.
But he's proven. He had a year under
Tyler Smith was an All-Pro.
And he is an All-Pro.
And
So
Booker
now
didn't come from
Tyler
Virginia
Booker.
Tech.
That's
we're
all
talking about
talking
Alabama. We're talking about big school programs.
How much hype was there behind the fact that you guys got Guyton last year?
No, nowhere near.
No.
He was at the bottom of the round.
No.
He was.
Wow.
He was there. What do you mean?
Can
Wow,
I say
Drew? He
something?
played
There is
7
no
games
wow.
in college. Do you know? It
We
was
didn't say we were hoping that he would be like a Tyler Smith. We never said he was the
He would
answer.
be something, but he was a risk. What are you talking about?
If he was so much of a risk, then why would they put him out there if he was such a liability?
He was the better.
They got rid of
Robbie,
Tyler
what was
Smith.
this during the earlier stream? I want to say something
Hold up. He wasn't supposed to be the starter. Chuma Edoga was supposed to be the starter game 1, Rob. He got hurt in the preseason, and he missed the first 6 games of the year, and they stuck him out there. That was a front office decision.
Absolutely. That's something you need to
all
talk
we're
to
saying.
Stephen.
Now
Exactly. That's something you need to talk to Stephen Jones about, not me, because he could have made that move to get you help.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is don't try and compare Tyler Guyton to Tyler Booker. Tyler Booker is the best offensive guard in the draft.
Yeah.
Tyler Guyton was probably the what?
Yeah.
Yeah, this year he was. So all I'm saying is Tyler Guyton was
He hasn't
nowhere
played,
near.
so he's an All-Pro, right?
In the
draft,
in the draft,
not in the NFL.
Yeah, but he hasn't. But is he an All-Pro now?
Hey, it's like talking to my 18-year-old.
Kiper said he was the best because I've heard Kiper said this quarterback was the best and became a bust.
Well, he could be a bust. We're going by again. We're only going by they got the best guy at his position in the draft. Odds are he's going to be good. Dallas is arguably, if not the best team in picking first round.
Am I not wrong? Or last year we were talking about
offensive linemen than anybody.
The last few years are not. The last few years are not.
On the offensive line, they are.
No, they're not.
Tyler Smith. Everybody poo-pooed it.
After that, who else?
I'm talking first round offensive
yeah,
tackle.
first round.
After you prove it,
Who you talking about?
Tyler Smith. Who else? After him, who else?
Tyler Smith.
Travis Frederick.
After Tyler Smith.
No. We talked them recently, right?
They haven't drafted.
Cooper Beebe.
Last 5 years, Dallas has not drafted well.
They have not.
Cooper Beebe is our
offensive line. Listen to what I'm talking about.
All I'm saying about Booker is just because they said he was the best.
I hear everything you guys are saying. I listen very well.
Yeah, you know he got Eagle.
He was the best guard in the draft. We're not telling him the best guard in the
We're
NFL.
talking about first round offensive line.
And he was an actual first round draft
in the
pick.
trenches.
Yes, he was an actual graded
You're not
first
listening
round.
because I said recently.
I don't care what you're saying. I'm telling you.
Oh, of course you don't, because you know I'm
First
right.
round offensive line.
You're asking questions. How can you be right off the question?
Yeah, Chris Dewey
Quick
even
question:
knows.
prime time and game time.
Again,
Dude,
Do
you ever re-listen to these episodes?
Quick
hey,
question.
Chris Dooley, please
Because
go.
I comprehend very well. I don't need to go back and re-listen. But
Yeah,
my
you need to listen to
question:
yourself.
game time and
That's what
prime time. Is your offensive line on par with Kansas City's?
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't
It's
really know.
younger.
I would say
It's younger.
yes, because Kansas City's is going downward, right?
Yeah, it's younger.
What did our defensive line do to
Oh
them?
God, here we go. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Am I not
Yeah.
speaking facts, Phil? Are you listening?
Oh yeah. What do we do over
Nobody's
there? You
talking
compare
about the
you over
Eagles. We're talking
here.
about the Dallas offensive line.
What did we do in the
I
Super
thought this
Bowl?
was an
What did we do in the Super Bowl?
Drew,
What
your
did we
defense
do
ain't
in the
like-
Super Bowl?
We're not just going
Drew, your
to like
defense
when you
ain't
don't
like it
have
was
a right
last year. It's
answer,
not
you're
gonna be
going
like
to
last year.
run back to your team. No, we're talking about Terrence Steele has got to step up, and you're trying to compare Tyler Guyton to Tyler Booker.
All I'm saying,
And that was
there's no
ridiculous.
comparison. All I've
We don't
been
even know
saying
what
all
Booker is.
offseason, though.
He was
All
the
I've been
best
saying
talent
is
at
Dallas
his
has a
position
lot of
in
question
the
marks.
draft.
You don't know what's going to happen.
Exactly.
You have question marks.
So you're going
Nobody-
to tell
you don't
me
know.
that drafting a
go
lineman
with a
from
high talent.
Louisiana Tech is the same thing from a big school like
No,
Alabama,
SEC
Georgia, all that shit.
has
You guys have
better
defenses on Georgia all the time, but yeah.
Absolutely. I'm not disagreeing with you, Phil. I'm not
Yeah, that's
disagreeing with your fact that
Exactly.
The blue chip players usually come out of the SEC. I'm not disagreeing with that.
Absolutely.
I'm simply saying is that there's question marks on your offensive line.
It'll be better than last year.
With the exception of
You don't know that.
BB and Tyler Smith.
Zach Martin was out. We went with a guy named Brock
You have
Hoffman.
question marks. That's all I'm saying.
This is what I like. I love
we
this
went
energy.
with.
Hey, game time. Can I get a word in here?
I love this energy because people want us
So
to
let
fail.
Randy talk, y'all. Let Randy talk.
I'm getting blown up because people are leaving in
Game
droves.
time. Game time. Can I get a word in here?
I know. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry.
Hey, listen. Fuck last year and the last 30 years, right?
Amen.
Let's talk about this year. Let's see what happens in week 1, and then we can go from there. We can go back and
I
forth.
like this energy.
Who's good? Who's bad?
Oh, it's
I'm like Mike Singletary. I like this kind of
You
party.
tell them, sister.
Week
I like
5
this kind of
usually
party.
tells you where the teams are. Look at the Saints. They
I
were
love when
Michael
people doubt
Jackson
us.
moonwalking on Dallas last year, and then they got their ass beat by the Eagles, and they were fucking done. You don't know until about week 5, 6, 7. So
I'm with you, Bobby.
we have a lot to see.
I totally agree with you. All I'm saying is there's question marks, and until they're answered, you don't know.
Well, of course there's question marks.
But
We are
wait.
not picking us to win the division.
see,
so we know that there's question marks.
Yo, Drew, you need to
better.
Drew, you need to calm down. You need to
We're
calm
better.
down.
I don't
Everybody
even
saying
shit. We're about to kick
disrespectful.
you out. How about that?
Dak
Like,
is gonna
remember
have
who
time to
show
throw
these
the
are.
ball to your receivers, and I'm simply saying, are you?
Y'all
Are
want
you
us
really
to
gonna
y'all
have
want
time
us to
throw the
fail
ball?
so bad. I
They
know
do,
you do.
man.
Of course
They ain't
we
gonna be
do.
able to
We
You don't
handle
want
it.
us to.
You want us to fail too, Loyal.
Nah,
Let's keep it a buck,
I mean,
man.
come on now.
Well,
You would
I
want,
want
you
you
don't
both to
want the
fail.
Eagles to win again.
I want y'all to fail.
Y'all acting like
God dang
Stephen
right.
A.
I
Smith
do.
right now.
Of course you do.
Eagles
both
can
to fail.
lose week 1 on banner night,
I'm just simply
and
saying that there's
it won't
question
matter
marks. That's it.
because we won't
Is that
know
Chris?
until the
Exactly,
playoffs.
Robert. I agree with
Yeah,
you.
I
You
agree,
won't know
Bobby.
until.
Talker shit until the playoffs.
That's the
Exactly.
thing.
And
We're
then
not even
it's gonna
talking
matter.
shit.
Oh, y'all are.
I
No,
agree,
We're
Bobby.
talking about how our
First
team
game is one game out of
and you
17.
can't have any of it.
Yeah.
But
Like
Phil,
you,
line.
Rob, you
Phil.
jump on you jump on what Drew's saying
Yeah, all the
quickly
time.
to
Wait,
quickly
Phil.
Here's the
defend his
difference.
shit. And he
Here's
ain't
the
even
difference,
making
boys.
any
Don't
fucking sense.
anything Drew said.
That's not
I would
fair,
respond
Phil.
Here's
to
the
what
difference,
Randy
Drew.
said.
All you
I get
guys.
texts.
I
This
know.
year,
I didn't
we are
do
going
it.
into
Randy
this
said.
season
Randy
with a
made
chip on our
comment
shoulder.
about throwing the ball to Pickens
We're not
in the
going
season.
into the
And Game
season
Time
as the
knows
favorite.
that.
We're going in with a chip on our shoulder.
But Loyal,
That makes a
let
huge
me
difference.
We're not
Loyal,
You guys,
let me
you guys
ask
are the
you.
favorites. You guys are the pressure's
We're not
on
the
y'all.
See you, Dirty. See you, buddy.
The
Yeah,
pressure's
well.
on y'all. We're going in with a chip on our shoulder. Our coach, everybody's writing their coach off saying, "Oh, he's going to
Drew.
fail miserably. We're going to
No
fail
one's writing
miserably."
him off.
Loyal, I disagree with
So,
you there. I don't.
No
I don't
one's
want to
this is on y'all.
What do
But
we
Loyal,
have
You
to
just
let me-
prove?
bar.
Loyal, it's
let me-
your quarterback who has to prove about his legacy.
Exactly.
But Rob,
My
don't y'all
quarterback's
believe?
already started to create his.
Rob, don't y'all believe? Y'all lost 7 defensive players. You don't know what y'all got.
Yep.
You're absolutely right. You're right.
No one's-
I
We
mean,
don't.
and there's
You're
a
right.
lot of ifs. And,
No,
let me tell
Drew,
you something.
You said you're going to hit on every one of them.
I
never
see
said
that
that.
this division
That's
is
not
going
That's
to
what you
be
said. You said that.
competitive
said
all
that.
year long.
We
All
got
4 teams
questions.
are going to be
Jalen
competitive.
Hurts-
Those
I
4
could go
players, he
off
said
of
that didn't
is
matter.
what my backup players did
don't
in
matter.
the,
That's
in the
what he
playoffs
said.
in the Super Bowl.
He said it
Joe
don't
Mo went in
matter.
there and
It don't matter.
Jake
You said
played
that
good
yourself,
in
Drew.
the
A
4
playoffs.
lot of
players,
your
and he didn't
argument
matter.
is
Jalen
on
Carter
hoping
went in there and had some sacks
and
in the
wishing.
Super Bowl. That's
Run the
all I
tape.
can go off of is what they've done so far
I don't have to run a
in
tape, but listen
in the
to it.
league.
Never said that.
Can't hear
Wow.
it.
See,
Everybody's
but I'm not
saying
gonna
it,
say
bro.
that. I'm not
Everybody's
gonna say
saying it,
that
not just
we can
me.
take a step
But wait,
back.
wait.
You got a
What
Giant
you-
fan that said it. You got a
But what you guys
Commando
can't
fan in
say,
here.
what you guys can't say is that Drew's never said. I've said all offseason that Dallas has had a very good offseason. The whole NFC East has had a good offseason. I never said Dallas didn't have a good offseason.
The
I even like the
odds
coach you
are
hired
against you
because he
repeating,
reminds me
brother.
of Nick Sirianni.
And I
All
said
I'm
multiple
saying
times
and
that
all I've
Cowboys
ever
are
said,
finishing second.
yeah,
They're
all I've
overtaking
said,
Washington. That's,
all I've
that's what I
said
think.
and all I've ever
But
said and will
again, we
continue
never
to say
said
until the
nothing to
season
the
starts
contrary during this
is
live
that
stream.
Dallas
It
has
went
a lot
south
of
when you
question
guys
marks,
started
more question marks on
ripping Tyler
defense than they
Booker
have on
and saying
offense.
he's no
Way more
guarantees.
question marks on defense than they have on offense.
Game time, is that not? I mean, we don't know.
No, you tried to you compare Tyler Guyton to Tyler Booker, and that's not even in a realm.
I'm not comparing them. I'm
You
not comparing
were.
the two.
You were
in any
comparing them
position.
coming
What I'm
out of
simply saying
college.
is that I'm saying your offensive line has question marks.
All
That
I'm
was my
saying
point.
is Tyler Guyton, again, Tyler Guyton played 7 college football games. Tyler Booker has been a beast for 4 I mean, he's played every year.
In college.
Again, that's all we can go by.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
we don't know what he's
All
doing.
I'm
over
saying
there.
is,
to
Drew.
the pros.
Hey, Drew, just calm down for a second and listen to what I'm saying.
I'm good.
Do not compare a guy with 7 college starts who is a risk at the end of the first round to the best guard in the draft and say it's the same odds that they're going to hit, because
No
it's
one's
not.
saying that. No one's saying that.
Rob said we don't know, and you said, yeah, that's all we're saying. He could be a bust. Anybody can be a bust. Anybody can be a bust.
Hold on, Drew.
Just like
Drew, hold on
your
for a
picks can
second,
be a
Drew.
bust.
Hold on.
Yo,
Hold the
Drew,
fuck
calm
on.
down, yo. Let them
Tyler
talk.
Booker is a good
Yeah,
pick.
amazing.
He is a good pick.
I said it was a
love
good pick.
that pick. I would take him any day of the week. I
Bobby.
love.
I
Tyler
said
Bobby,
Dallas
before
should
the
have
draft, Drew
I
was
said
like,
Dallas should have drafted him.
yeah, you were like, because you thought we were going to go running back or receiver, so you were trolling. They should take Booker.
No,
They should
no.
take Booker. Booker's
I
the
love
best
Booker.
offensive
I
talent
wasn't trolling. I wasn't trolling.
guard.
I thought
Then
that
they
draft
hit
is
him,
going
Rob,
to be the
and
best
now
pick
it's,
in
Jalen
well, we don't
Carter,
know
I
about
love
Booker.
that.
We
I
don't
wanna
know
see
about
it.
him. It's
I want
bullshit.
to
this
see this
is?
happen.
Bullshit.
You know what this says? We're close to the season, and everybody's getting hyped up. That's what it means.
I love it
Damn
because
straight.
it's different from the
That's
beginning
what
of the
it means,
episode.
guys.
supposed to be done
We all
22
love
minutes ago.
football.
This
Bottom
finally
line.
woke up. And
I give you
like
guys
it.
credit
Love a
because
number one
I like
draft
this.
pick.
this is
not
exactly what
calling
Brian
out
wanted.
Jalen Carter, then he's a chode. If
Dude,
Tyler
I like
Booker
that.
isn't calling out Jalen Carter, he's a chode. I swear
me
to
say
God.
this,
and I would be
That guy
lying.
got fucking balls.
But Randy,
I would-
Randy,
I would
this
be
is-
lying
about
if I
Drew
said
Carter.
I didn't hate the Eagles. Okay,
But
I
Randy-
hate the freaking Eagles. I hate the Commanders. I hate the Giants.
you
I'm
would.
sorry.
Thank you.
But
You
Randy,
know what?
this is-
But we're football fans.
Hey,
But here's
Troy,
my
how
point.
are you,
This
brother?
is-
Hope you're
this is
feeling
how-
good.
This is how I said, and I wasn't trolling, that I felt like Dallas.
There's
should
nothing
have
you're going to
picked
say
up-
that's going to
Very
defend
good,
yourself,
Troy. Let
man,
me
right
just
now.
I
update
said,
everybody.
no,
Let me
I'm being
update
dead
everybody.
honest. I'm being dead honest.
Let me
I
update
said that
everybody,
Dallas
please.
should pick
Please.
up Tyler Booker
Troy
because
Daniels,
why?
hello all. I just
because
wanted.
they have too
Can
many
I talk
questions
for a
along
second?
the offensive line,
I guess he's not
and
going
they
to allow me
still
to do
do.
it.
They still do.
This is what I'm saying.
But
Can
it
you
was
not
a
hear
great
me, Drew?
pick.
Are you not able to hear me?
I hear you fine.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
get
we
to a
hey
channel
Drew,
member.
we all know
Never go
Dallas
to
can't
Booker.
run the fucking ball and they can't stop the run.
I'm trying to get
But
to a
this
channel
year,
member who was in the
we're
hospital,
gonna see.
and nobody can.
We're gonna see.
Their
Yo,
fucking
Troy's in
comment
the
is so
chat.
important that you
Troy's
can't
in the
let
chat.
anybody
Troy's
talk.
in
We
the
know
chat.
we're going to be Washington
I
and the
love it.
Giants. We're going to
This is my
split with
problem,
Dallas.
Drew.
We know that.
This is my problem. You think that you like the words that are coming out when you politely say, "Hold on for a second," and you blow through it. That's rude.
Sorry.
Olius, not just Drew.
I haven't
Olius.
been on in a while.
Oh,
I'm
let's
just
do it.
blowing through it. I'm sorry, game time.
Let me read this, and then you guys can go back to doing whatever it is you're doing. Hello, all. I
Just
just
remember,
wanted
guys,
to check.
Brian wanted it. Go ahead.
I just wanted to check in and let you all know I'm doing fine. I had about
who's that?
Amen.
I had a bout with appendicitis. My appendix was removed. That's what I was trying to get to, and I'm recovering fine. Troy Daniels, we can't wait to have you
Troy.
back in the chat.
Yes.
Amen,
Troy,
Troy.
the
Get
floor is
better.
yours.
Get better,
Well,
Troy.
An appendix
Prayers
is
up
not.
for Troy.
That's some serious
Prayers
That's
shit.
all I
Troy.
wanted to get to. And then you
Hey,
can go
prime
back
time.
to
I got a question for
you can
you.
go back to shitting on Dallas.
Thank you.
I'm not
Hey,
doing
prime
that.
time. I got a question for you. So, how did I jump on Drew's whatever? Because you said
Hey, you know what? Every single time Drew gets a big argument going,
You're
you
like right
are
there, brother.
quick to jump on his thing, and there is no
Because Drew's
disagreement.
telling the truth.
No,
Oh, is that what it
Drew,
is?
Telling
Is
your
that
truth.
what
it's
it
not.
is?
How come you come to me about my opinion about certain things, and I hit, but as soon as I talk anything about the Eagles, it is not true. None of it's true. I can't believe you think that way. I don't even know how you play college football. It's like you were the
I've
worst on the
never
process.
said that.
But
I've
every
never said
single
that.
other NFL
I've
team, I got the
never said
insight.
that, bro.
I got
Stop.
the insight.
Who
I got
said that?
every.
Who said
You
that?
argue every
Who
single
said that,
point.
Phil?
You argue almost
It's
every
like-
single point, dude.
Who?
Yeah,
He does
This-
argue
talking
about
about?
That's Momo's
I'm talking
brother.
about Drew. I'm
That's
talking about
Momo's
Drew.
brother.
Come on, bro. Keep it
Not you.
real,
Like
man.
I'm talking about Drew. That's like.
Hey, I will say this: the first game of the year Whether we win or lose, it's
we're
just
gonna
one
lose that
game.
one.
It's just one game.
It is just one game. It's no
One
one Super
game.
Bowl.
It
It's
is.
No
it's
Super
just one
Bowls, no
game.
champions, no
We're in
nothing.
a
It's one
no-win
game.
It's 1
situation,
to
Andy.
17.
That's why you
I
can't
am
take
on the
offense to
I'm
it.
in a win-win situation.
Like
It's
I
like-
I
said,
don't
we're
take
gonna
offense to
know
these-
in week
No.
5.
No, and I think that's what it is. It's like
You're right.
It's our
feel like
division. I love it. I love this shit, man. This
I
is
feel
awesome.
like I'm
You guys are
driving in
awesome.
traffic, and you guys see my videos. This is when
Y'all
I'm like,
made my day.
I feel like I'm
Yeah, I love
driving in
it.
fucking traffic.
is
now.
hilarious.
I got people
I
not
feel
using
better now,
blinkers
thanks.
right now. I got
Yeah, you
people.
gotta get it out.
This is what's
I had
going
to
on.
bring the
Wow.
juice.
You
You guys
wanted
said
some
I was
fire,
soft last
though.
week. I had to bring the
You
juice.
guys,
You
yo,
wanted
you guys made me.
fire.
Hey, Drew, you guys made me cough all that phlegm out I had.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, man. I had to
Nobody's
bring that
mad,
juice.
Donnell. What are we mad at, brother?
No one's mad.
No,
This is
we're
just
mad.
We're mad because we don't have football right now.
At the
There
end
you
of the
go.
week,
Nobody's
this
mad,
is the way it
Donnell.
should
Relax.
be. This is the way it should
Have a
be.
Coke
Yo,
and a
Donnell came in there
Steve.
talking about Lord Bunch and all that.
Actually, I take that back. It's the NFC beast because this
Listen,
division
we
is
all
is
hate
getting
each
better.
other.
a
I
good
get
division.
it. But at
Dude,
the end
I
of the
hated
day,
when we were not
it's
good and
not
the rest of the
the end
NFL
of
was
the
talking
world.
shit. I hated
NFC
that, man.
least. We were calling us the NFC
Hey,
least.
prime
Yeah,
time. You
I
guys
was
had a
getting
good
pissed.
offseason.
I was
You guys
pissed.
drafted good. You
Well,
signed
because
some
our
players who are
team,
active.
our owners actually did their job. Like that
Yeah.
was. Let's be real.
But
they did a job.
did
They
they
finally
really?
You
did their
guys had a good
job.
offseason. We'll just have to
Did
see
they really, though?
how it applies on
No,
the
it's
on
like
the
having.
field.
It's like being hungry and then eating a saltine cracker. You're like, that's the best damn cracker. That's
Yeah,
Eddie
that's the
Murphy
best
thing.
cracker
Yeah.
ever.
That's it. Yeah,
You
that's
got
the
any
best
more of them
cracker I've
crackers?
ever.
Crack-ass
Saltine
cracker?
cracker.
Best cracker.
You know, Logan. I'm sorry, I was reading the chat. It says Logan says Philadelphia Eagles should be the national capital. Philadelphia was the
Philadelphia
capital
is
of the
a
United
national
States
capital.
It was
before
the national
Washington.
capital.
That's where they
Yes, it
signed the
was.
Declaration of Independence.
That makes sense.
Absolutely.
I
Hey,
worked
but
out
Jesse-
from there.
Hey,
Yes,
where
sir.
did Joe
Philadelphia
go?
was their capital.
Jesse,
Joe,
let
where
me hit
did
you
Joe
with this,
go?
bro. Jesse, the Giants are going to be 2-0 after week 2.
Amen, brother. Like I always say, come your lips.
And then
to
the rest of
God's
your
ears.
season sucks ass.
Oh no.
Yeah, after that, I can't tell you.
Not gonna be-
After that,
some
I don't
people
know.
gonna be
But I
thinking-
think
thinking
you guys
twice.
be 2-2.
Yeah, D.
Nah,
I thought we were gonna be done
Hey,
it.
look,
Nine
like
or
I say,
whatever.
we're gonna surprise. We're gonna surprise. That's all I'm gonna say.
For 2
I'm gonna
weeks.
keep my mouth shut.
That's it. For 2 weeks.
Nah, I will add a few more weeks to
I
that.
think
there,
the
brother.
Giants are going to be good this
We're
year.
They are
gonna-
gonna
Well, they'll be
good.
good, but their schedule
will be
will
good.
Yeah.
Their
Yeah.
defense
Their
is
defense will be good. That's
nasty.
it.
That
We're in the
defensive
We're
line
in
is
the
going to be
weeds. That's
nasty.
all I'm
With,
saying. We're in the
We'll
weeds.
see if
Abdul
they
Carter.
convert to the
Our
NFL.
defense gonna be good. I don't know about our offense.
I'm about to say that's the
Well,
only
is
thing
it-
they're going to be announcing for the beginning of the game. And you're starting defensive line, and that's
Hey,
it.
as long as they put your quarterback on his ass.
Jesse already knows they're taking an L this year, so
Yeah,
it
we'll
don't
take the
matter.
L.
He knows.
But we're not gonna be embarrassment we were last year. We're coming back. We're coming for you. We're coming for
You're
you.
not going to be embarrassed, but you already know you're taking the L, right?
Well, when your quarterback ends up with looking like a cricket again.
What?
Mic drop.
We're sweeping the division.
Here we go.
With what, a
Oh,
broom?
Should
No.
have that confidence. in you.
Okay, Drew, you smoking right now.
We're sweeping the division.
That's what I've been saying for the past half hour.
Dallas is in the soft
Everybody's
rebuild.
better in the
Giants
division.
are in a big
Probably
rebuild.
They are.
And
except
Everybody
the
is
Eagles.
Washington
Not-
got a 20
not better than us.
quarterback with
No,
Not
no
better
defense.
than
You
us.
guys
We're
didn't really
good.
add.
Eagles got this.
Bobby,
You're not better
Bobby,
than us.
Bobby, you didn't
On our
add
worst-
anything this offseason.
On our worst year, we still won 11 games.
Again, you're coming off of 1 year. 2 years ago, what did you add this year from the end of last year that makes you feel like you're so good?
The Eagles?
I just don't think we lost. I mean, we lost them
Well,
on
you lost-
defense, but our
yeah, you
offense,
lost some
our
decent
offense, we lost
players.
one player.
Okay.
All I'm saying, guys, is every team in the division got better.
They did. I agree.
So
They
for you
did.
to be
You
so
won't get no pushback
confident
here.
that you're going to sweep is laughable.
You
No,
keep
I'm
that. You
not
keep that in
saying
mind,
there
bro.
ain't
Why is
way
it
Keep that in
laughable?
mind.
to sweep.
Why is it laughable?
I did
Game
not.
Because
I
it
never
hasn't
said
happened.
sweet. I
It
might
don't
do it on a
happen.
super chat.
I'm saying
All
that.
right, man. You
Right.
keep that. You
Year,
keep that.
the
You keep that
stats over
positivity,
the
brother.
last
You keep that
10
positivity.
years.
But game
Hold
time.
up.
What makes you think?
Did
What makes
you
you
see
think
the
your
stats
addition is
over
going
the
to
last
make you
10 years?
better? But
Did
what
you-
makes you think your additions are going to automatically
Hold
make you
up.
better?
It doesn't matter. Just listen to what
It it
telling
does
you.
matter.
Over the
Because
last 10
you have
years,
to hold yourself to the same standard.
over the
What
last
makes
10
you think your
years,
additions is going to make you a
let me
10-plus
talk.
win game?
Over the last 10 years,
How about healthiness?
over the last 10 years,
That's if you
Dallas
stay
has
healthy.
beaten
That's
you
with all
more
of us.
than
We
you've
all have to
beaten
stay
us.
healthy.
Not in. I'm not talking postseason. We have more wins against your best era of football, again head to head than you. Okay.
See,
I don't know if you weren't paying attention. All I'm trying to say,
I
Drew.
paid attention.
All I'm
paid
trying
attention.
to say is, you may win the Super Bowl this year. That doesn't mean you're sweeping the division.
And what makes you think we won't sweep the division?
Because the numbers
we almost
tell you
did it
that
last year.
Because the numbers tell you that. Rob will tell you the same
The
thing.
division's gotten better there, buddy.
And if Rob
The
wants to say
division's
you're
gotten better.
sweeping, it's out of his heart,
No,
not out of his mind.
I can't speak for
Because
anybody
he
but
knows
me.
betting-wise,
I'm
you're going to
speaking
lose
for
that.
me.
You're going to lose
I'm
it.
speaking for me.
Well, then you're
and
going to.
I'm looking, but game time. When I look at my team,
it's
from
not
top
as good
to
as it
bottom,
was last year, and every other team got better.
I got you. But game time, when I look at my football team, which is the best
Rob,
team in
gun
football,
to head, would you do
the
like,
best
what would you
roster
do?
in football, no team in the division compares to ours. At no position, no team in this division.
We don't agree with that, and we're at way past my time to argue yet another one. We don't agree with that at all. So,
yeah, you won't touch that.
No, we don't agree with it, and I'm not arguing again. I wanted to stop the show at 2 hours.
But it's
We're
a
at
fact.
2.5. No, it's not a fact. It's not a
So
fact.
what team is better than ours in our division?
No, I'm not
What
saying.
team is better than ours in our division?
No, you said you were better at every position. I thought you said.
Yeah, you said every position you were. I doubt that, brother.
Every position.
That's not the case.
You can argue.
not the case.
Maybe defensive end, maybe right guard where Tyler Smith is.
Defensive
After
ends,
that,
wide
that was
receiver,
compared to our roster.
wide receivers.
I think we got the better
tight
team.
ends,
They can't compare to our roster.
wide receivers,
You don't know that.
tight ends.
We had
defensive
Cooks and
ends.
Lamb, but now we got Pickens.
What are you
So
talking about?
you're
We
telling
got
me
better
that
wide receivers
you're
than
telling
you.
me
You got
hold on.
two
You're telling me
guys.
that your second your cornerback
Our
is going to be able to
secondary
go
is
one-on-one
superior
with
to
CeeDee
Dallas.
Lamb
Nah,
and
they
Pickens.
haven't done it for long
Our
enough time.
secondary is
Okay.
superior
They
to
haven't done it
Dallas.
long
But
enough
they
time.
double
I
team
can't say
they
that.
triple
I
team
can't say
CeeDee
that.
Lamb
They
last year.
haven't
So you're
done it for
saying
long enough time,
that
brother.
with Pickens
Sorry.
and
I
CeeDee
can say
Lamb on
that
both
Quinion, I
sides,
think he
that your
will
cornerbacks are
lock
that
down
good
CD,
that they
but
can
I don't know
handle
about
them
our
one-on-one.
second corner.
1,000%.
I don't know what
You know
he'll
why,
do
Loyal?
against.
I don't think
Okay.
anybody's going to lock down CD one-on-one.
Hold, Loyal. You know why I can say
Quinion
that?
did. Quinion did
Because
last year.
Quinion
you didn't
goes
have
up
that,
against
but
Smitty and
Quinion
AJ.
did.
We didn't have
quarterback,
Dak, and we didn't have anywhere near a number two
And
wide
I
receiver.
just said that.
Yeah,
And
that's all
I
I'm trying
agree.
to say.
Practices against Smitty
Yeah.
and
Like-
AJ every day.
Okay,
Who
we'll
are your
see.
Well,
corners
then you would.
practicing?
Who
are your
most people
corners?
wouldn't do that. Eagle fans would, but
just don't know yet.
30
Wait,
other
wait.
teams.
Glenn is a
30 other
slot
GMs
corner.
wouldn't do that.
Who are your corners? Diggs is hurt.
30 other
The rookie is
GMs
hurt.
would not take your receivers over ours. That's it.
Oh, I
No, when they
disagree
get
there.
healthy though,
I do.
when
Well,
I want to
would
see
say
when they're all
30, but
healthy.
the
That's what I
majority
mean.
of the GMs
Loyal,
would
who are
take
your
Dak.
AJ
corners?
Brown or Devontae is better than Pickens.
I don't
and
believe
CD.
that.
You
Just
heard
look
or
at what
started?
AJ Brown
I
said.
don't.
have
No.
elite receivers.
Smitty
Look at
is
what
better
AJ
than
Brown
have
said.
elite
They won't be
receivers.
a
Smitty's
problem.
better
The
than Pickens.
cornerbacks are the
AJ's
question
better
marks
than CD.
on both sides.
Well, not,
AJ is the
numbers
best
don't
wide
tell you
receiver in the
that.
game.
Numbers don't
They
tell you
don't.
that.
No,
And your tight end
He's good,
suspect
but
the
over
numbers
all
don't
the
matter
best
this
in
time
the
around.
Yeah, that's right.
Well,
Numbers don't
no,
count.
I'm
Well,
not
you got a
cherry
line,
picking
you got
time.
good,
Right
got
now,
protection, you
opinion.
got time.
Compare
I'm
to
not
young.
saying
young
statistically
corners.
that
Smitty
CD
don't
don't
like
have better
you guys.
teams.
Run the
I'm
numbers.
We have elite
objectively thinking. I'm just
receivers
saying
and
that I
young
think AJ's
corners.
better.
Again, it doesn't really
Run the
matter.
numbers.
They're like very close, but
I like
you
them
know,
both.
I think that
Yeah.
a Pickens is far superior than Devontae, and I love Devontae.
Cap.
I think
Okay.
it's a wash on receivers.
I
You don't
agree,
have
Wash
Robert.
on
Smitty has.
I agree.
receivers.
Wait, you
The
just said that you were so
quarterbacks are
much
going
better.
to tell the
Now it's a
tale.
wash.
Yeah, you're right.
Wow.
Loyal.
Quarterbacks
Loyal.
are
No,
going
no,
to
game
tell
time.
the
I'm
tale.
saying I like
Yeah.
AJ more than CD, but
That's fine, but CD
subjective. I mean,
Outside of your
I mean,
slot
but
corner
Devontae's
plan,
consistent.
what corners do
If
you
you
have to
had,
start?
like, I mean, this is what I would say.
Yeah.
Like last year, if you had AJ Brown,
I mean, Carson's, he
and
might come back
your
and have a
third
good
string
year.
wide receiver, which
okay.
was the
He
guy from
might.
Washington.
You don't know.
AJ wouldn't do as much.
I don't know.
you him.
I mean,
But
right
see,
now, on
AJ
paper,
is going
yeah.
to do what he's
See
going
how
to do
you guys
regardless
want to, you want to move the
who we
goalposts.
have on the
talking
other
Mingo.
end.
I'm just saying when we get healthy,
Mingo.
when we get
That's-
everybody back
that's
healthy,
where
we
it's
get our
at.
corners back healthy.
You say
Everybody
quotes that
comes
don't make
back,
sense,
then
Drew.
we'll see.
To control your narrative.
You don't. You don't make,
But I
Outside
think
of Glenn,
he's
who's
all over the
who's
place.
a
and
slot
Like-
Pickens
corner.
will have better
half
numbers
glass
this
of
year.
waters and like Don't pull. You don't spit in the wind.
Troll more, but
Like, what the hell are you talking about?
More like
necessarily
the
that
wind.
makes it better.
You won't answer my question though, will you?
Oh, who's our
You got some
are you our
rhetorical,
corners?
really
I mean,
ridiculous questions. That's all about opinions with you,
Yeah,
man.
it's all opinion.
Like I said, on paper,
so it's my
everybody, our
opinion.
corners,
It's my
week
opinion.
one,
That Bland is,
when our
Bland is
corners
your
are
slot
healthy,
corner.
when we get
And who is your
Diggs,
outside
Bland,
corner?
and
That's
Rebel
Bland,
out
but
there,
what
We
about
didn't say
what
we were
about
better than
week
you at
one?
every position.
We were the ones that say we didn't say that.
Yeah,
like
we're
arguing that
He
we.
was asking me
who's going to cover
here's the
Devontae
question,
and
Game
AJ?
Time. He was saying that they were
in
better
game one.
than
In game one,
everything.
right?
And I pointed out our
Bland?
receivers. I said we got the better
Barbecue
two
chicken Bland?
receivers because it's hard to cover those guys one on
He's got
one.
more
That's what
picks
that
than
was my
anybody.
point.
Yeah, but that doesn't
Last
mean
year, my
that's
triple team
numbers.
CeeDee
Those are
Lamb,
numbers.
Cooks was
because
hurt.
you don't like a
and
guy.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Hold up.
Every
Drew,
day in
just
practice,
because
that's
you
what
don't
corners
like
are
a
covering.
guy.
Quinyon Mitchell got mossed by Jalen
Hold
Tolbert.
up. Drew, just
One
because
play.
you don't like a guy
One
doesn't
play.
mean you disregard the numbers, bro. That's where.
What guy are you talking about?
Deron Bland. Deron Bland is on
No. Deron Bland is a
ridiculous
good
pace.
corner, but he's a slot corner.
All right.
To put him on the outside is suicide.
He had all those
He had
picks
five
on the
straight
outside.
picks on the
What are you
outside.
talking about, man?
Hey, Joe.
You don't know what you're talking
You don't know what
Hey,
you're
Joe.
talking about.
Yeah.
You don't have to like him.
You're having a moment there.
NFL likes him because.
I like Bland.
But
I
you
like
just
Bland.
said he's barbecue chicken. Come on, bro.
When he plays the Eagles, he's barbecue chicken.
What is he flavored with?
Hey, Joe, I got a question for you.
Jesus Christ.
Since when did the Super Bowl hangover apply to the winner of the Super Bowl?
I didn't say
Yeah,
that.
no doubt.
I never said Super Bowl hangover.
Yeah, you said that on
Yeah,
Mike.
Drew, you so confident, man. You better hope the Eagles come out smoking.
One at a time.
And possible injuries and stuff to set them back.
/pharmacy/dashboard.
When did the Super Bowl hangover apply to the winner?
Hey, who's shopping in Waco right now?
No shit. That's Asia.
I'll say this, guys. We got a lot more passion in this freaking chat than the goddamn players have on the team.
Oh yeah.
Damn
straight about that.
They're all like having dinner.
I love your passion, Randy.
Go eat it.
I love all of
it.
it.
Gummy.
Thank you, Bobby.
Forever.
I gotta go eat an edible.
You've been down for 30 years, but you haven't given up.
I'm gonna go hit
You can only kick a dead dog so many times, Bobby.
I love you guys. You guys are awesome.
All right. Well, let me wrap this up. I see an edible in my future. So,
Yeah, exactly.
I will definitely. I'm off tomorrow, so enjoy, everybody.
Hey, bring me on next Wednesday. I
Yo,
want to
gang-
go
The
back.
people spoken.
Thank you for bringing it, guys. Thank you for
Well,
bringing it.
game time. My birthday's
Asia?
in an hour, so.
Oh, your
Oh,
birthday's
look at
in an
you.
hour.
Birthday.
Okay,
Happy
hold on.
birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy early birthday.
Birthday,
I
bro.
won't overtalk
Go
anybody.
get you a shot.
I'll be ready to roll.
You look good for
Great
20,
show, guys.
Yo,
Great
I
show.
just want to say something. If you so confident, you better hope Eagle comes smoking in the football season.
Yeah. So you gotta
I
take
say it with my
They're
chest.
smoking
You gotta take
alright.
that shot.
They're gonna
I
be
say it with
smoking
my
all right.
Good
chest.
night,
Asia.
everybody.
All right,
Good night,
everybody.
guys.
I'll
You guys
talk
take
to
care.
everybody.
Seriously, have a
Have
great, great
Thank
time.
you for the passion. See you.
Later.
Meet
Love
you,
it.
Chris.
I gotta find my thing here.
Continue,
I
Randy.
gotta find your thing. Yeah, you're damn right.
Oh, pause.
Pause.
All right, fam. Have a
See
good
you guys. You guys, everybody take
All
care.
right,
man.
guys.
You
Great
too,
show,
man.
guys.
Yeah.
Forget technique, forget strategy. This is just a street fight. It's a question of who wants it most.
What is he doing? He's winning!
Hey man.
What?
I'm cool. This is me. We're gonna jump on that spaceship and get out of here. Let's go.
No
judgment, shoot.
To smash that subscribe button. You know what? I'm gonna give it. I'll give it 4 out of 5 avocados. Korg?
I was raised by avocados.
Oh my God! Just kill me now.
Ho, ho, ho.
Green Giant.
Hey! We know each other. He's a friend from work.
I think it's going really well. I know. This is literally the first time I took my gun out of the holster. Right. And that is why we need a triumphant video. What?